Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Good morning to you, cherished listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. I am Esenam Fiagbedu, and I'll be serving you the news headline this morning. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. We are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on X at GhanaTalks Radio, and YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio. Log on and join in the conversation. Sitting right here in the studios with me this morning is Miss Regina Bless and Miss Deborah Adoso, who'll be diving into the main issues this morning. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
By grace. Grace is sufficient.
We thank God. I see you are just nodding your head. You are just nodding your head.
I know what is coming next.
We thank God. We thank God. A lot is trending, but you're just going to talk about a few of them. I mean, the topical issues, what has been trending yesterday. But before we dive into that, there's an issue on board. I mean, that is trending on social media, and I believe we've spoken about it, but yesterday it has come up again. That has to do with how we use our social media pages. In fact, how we put ourselves out there, how we even name the page is also very important, because the police has arrested a guy. His name is Abdul Rahman, and he has been accused of impersonating the president's son, Sharaf Mahama, on TikTok. That is what he has done, and then due to that he has been arrested, and the forth and going of this issue. I mean, Miss Debbie, what do you make of this? Of people impersonating elites, and let me say people with names in quotes, in our society, they impersonate them, they use, because if you go on social media,
Oh yes,
you think Afenyo Markin is
someone
following
has
you.
used my member of parliament's name to dupe me before.
Who is that? Sheriff? Is it Sheriff?
No.
Who? Ahmed?
No, my parents' place.
Oh, okay. Or
Yeah.
they do? What did they,
Misika.
are you serious?
I'm telling you the truth.
But how did he come?
It happens in a way that he said he was giving scholarship to students. Okay, so listen, the man I know is very calm, he's very humble, he's very sociable, he talks to everyone regardless. You won't even notice that he's a member of parliament because of the way he's so free with people. So communicating with this person on social media, like, it looks so real. I can just imagine the person knew my dad. And the member of parliament is so close to my dad. So immediately the person mentioned my dad's surname and he said, you know the daughter of so and so. I said yes. So automatically I knew that, like, I was chatting with this man. He said he's giving scholarship and all that, so I should pay an amount of money. I should, I was very lucky because it wasn't so big. Okay. It's 30 cedis. Oh. 30 cedis,
but it's still money.
That was the only money I have in my account.
Oh, so if you had more, you would have sent
I would have
more.
sent that. So it got to a time he was like, so I wanted to tell my dad. I said, no, don't, like, go from collagen. I was immediately, he said I shouldn't tell my dad. Something should have told me that this man is trying to dupe me.
But how can you get a scholarship and then he tells you not to tell your dad?
You get it. He said I shouldn't tell my dad, so he himself wants to surprise my dad and all that. So I should bring money. I'll fill some form. Like, they sent me the forms to fill.
And a surprise.
And he gave me another person's number that I should call. They'll confirm whatever. And then I send the money, sister. That was my last.
And this was because somebody used
his identity, his name, his picture, and everything. On Facebook. I'm telling you the truth.
Did you check the number of followers this person was
Yes.
having?
It was huge.
He had a large following.
It was huge, I'm telling you. It was very, very huge. It was after that. Then I heard that the member of parliament himself went to a radio station at our place, and then he was saying that people are using his picture and his name to dupe people and all that. This one I would not even tell my dad. When I told him, he was laughing. He said, I'm not serious.
Of course, because how can someone give you scholarship?
And I tell you that, don't tell you. My dad was like, are you a kid? And trust me, that was the only money I had on me. If I should have had more, I would have sent it.
Sorry.
So, sorry, but I've learned my lesson.
You've learned your lesson.
Yeah, so I think these people needs to be arrested. What they did to this person they've arrested is very, very good.
You support that?
I support it. This is the president's son we are talking about. Oh. This is not just any commoner. Okay, and I know people are using President Mohammed's name, his picture,
and other
Facebook
personalities
to send people's message and all that. And I remember some time ago, I think the Minister of Communication, Sam Natejo, and then he was speaking about it, and he was advising people that President Muhammad will not come and be sending you a message, how are you doing, have you eaten? He won't do that. He has a lot of things to cater for, so he doesn't even have time coming into your DM. Come on, he's a president. He has his limits. There are certain things he will not do. So as citizens, if somebody is impersonating President Muhammad and the person is sending you videos, you should know that it is not him, it is someone else. Imagine President Muhammad sending you a message. Would you be happy? Like,
of course, you'd be excited. You
get it. But people use this as how will I say it? They use this as a means to dupe people. So I feel like this guy that was arrested, I mean, he should be given a very tough time there, so that it should be used as a deterrent to other people. Because people are doing it. They are using, as I said, President Mohammed's name and his picture. They are using other people, members of parliament, their name, their picture, and everything. And trust me, the numbers they are gaining. I'm following this lady, Zaneto, on TikTok. I don't know which one is her account, because I get to see a lot of accounts with a lot of followers. So it goes to time, I just have to follow, because you don't know whether it is the real person you are following or it is another person impersonating her. So I feel like this is something we need to take it serious. What if the person went to kill someone, but it didn't die or Sharaf Muhammad? No.
Right. Miss Regina, how would you feel if someone uses your name to dupe people? Not necessarily maybe to dupe people, but you go on social media and you find out that someone is using Regina Anigba.
Okay, so first off, I would say one person can have the same name it's
there.
It's there. That's my name is Regina Anigba. Someone can also have the same Anigba.
Yeah.
I never even knew that Anigba was an exit. I thought I was the only one using Anigba until I went to Hohoi and noticed that a lot of people are using Anigba. I was like, oh, so assassinate, everyone is using it. Yeah. But it becomes abnormal when you know that the name coincides with yours, and whatever content you are posting, the person posts the same thing
in line.
Your picture is there. It becomes abnormal, and you need to take action. We've seen celebrities all the time coming out to caution the public, especially that this account is not mine. Beware. I think just last week, Tonto Dike, Nigerian actress, she even came out to say that this particular account is imitating her, so people need to be careful.
Yes.
When we talk about impersonation is illegal in Ghana, and in fact, it's illegal everywhere.
Yeah. So it's in the law.
It's in the law. It's illegal. If it wasn't in the law, if it's not a big deal, I don't think police officers will start arresting people who wear police uniforms whilst they are not officers. So they need to be arrested. And these people use impersonation to gain benefits, deceive or defraud others, cause harm or mislead the public, and also exercise authority they don't have. When we talk about Sharif Mahama, he's an influential person.
Yeah.
He's the gentleman of the mechanism. He's the younger gentleman of the land, and also he possesses a certain power most people would wish they have. So in a way, they need to, and yes, in a way, they need to arrest this person. And when I saw the person, young guy, I was like, fresh boy, why are you wasting your time impersonating someone you are not?
You just create your own account and fool. We will like
Simple. Or even if you, is it money or what? Or is it the fame? You can build the fame yourself. You can work hard for the money yourself. So what else? Why are you impersonating someone else? You know, the reason why most people are doing this is because they feel like there are no laws in Ghana. And we always say, or we always use the phrase, Ghana is a lawless country.
It's a lawless country.
I always say that Ghana is a lawless country until say Imranu Enyao. Imranu Nyawa, you will know say Ghana is not a lawless country.
Can if you don't have money.
Exactly. I thought that much bill alone, whether you are innocent, you are not innocent, the bill alone you would pay. So please, we need to be careful as youth, and we can also do our research on laws, things which are right, things are not right, things we are supposed to do and not do, so that we would not land into trouble. Once I know that I'm a media personnel, I have the authority to take videos. But once I take my phone, video someone unwillingly without the person consent, I can be sued.
Exactly.
So please,
we should be careful out there.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Use your real name. Why? Fresh boy. Anyways, let's dive into our major news items. Kotoka International Airport to be renamed Accra International Airport. The government has announced plans to rename Ghana's main airport. Kotoka International Airport will now be called Accra International Airport. Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga said the change will be done through a law that the Ministry for Transport will present to Parliament. The renaming follows calls from some members of the public and civil society who argue that the current name honors General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, a key figure in the 1966 coup, and does not reflect Ghana's democratic values. Mr. Ayariga added that this is part of several bills expected when Parliament resumes. Other proposed legislation includes the Maritime Offences Bill, the Road Traffic Bill, which will address the regulation of commercial motorcycles or Okada, and the Ghana Shippers Council Regulation Bill. The government says the renaming of the airports and these bills are part of broader effort to update and improve national policies and regulations. So Kotoka International Airport will now be renamed as Accra International Airport after decades. Finally, Ms. Regina, how do you feel about the change of name that is about to take place?
I would say I'm happy. I'm very happy and excited that finally they want to change the name. Yesterday, Afenyo Makin was like, I'm not happy with the name, with the name change. I'm a Votarian. He's also a Votarian. So why? You don't understand what I'm saying. Afenyo Makin is saying that he's a Votarian, and Kotoka is also a Votarian. So I don't know if he's using the tribe to, in a way, signal that they shouldn't change the name. And he's also saying that it's not necessary, because when we talk about Kotoka International Airport, Accra is already there, so they should maintain the name. Honestly, I expected better from him. I wanted him to do his research very well before coming out to talk as a leader. Mind you, sometimes when you're a leader, there are certain things you need to think about it twice before you talk. When I did my research about Kwesi Kotoka, he was part of the military men who wanted to overthrow our then president, our first president, Kwame Nkrumah. And it failed, and he was killed. So why are we encouraging that act? In a way, we are trying to say that anyone who our power no, or bibi bonia, we are in a way encouraging that anyone who does something bad needs should I say a national asset and idimbe also, which in a way it is wrong. Why should Kotoke's name be there? I don't understand. And who even initiated that in the first place? And I know that before a name is being put on a national monument or a national asset, it goes through thorough review and investigation before it is accepted. So our then leaders are trying to tell us that it is right for them to use a criminal, because in fact you're a criminal's name. If it was a good thing, there's no way they'll be arresting people who plan a coup or who are planning to organize a coup. There's no way they would arrest and kill them. In Ghana here, for like this period, they mean who say you coup mobia, but anyone who planned a coup, the person was arrested. But for the aftermath of the arrest, we know nothing about it. But when we look at other countries, once you plan a coup, you are being arrested and killed. I thought I didn't punch you, so then they killed you. Oh, I've forgotten the African country. Some people were organizing a coup, and I think like 8 men or 15 men, they were killed because they were organizing a coup. Ghana is on the global map. We are being noticed each and every time. Even after I Show Speed came to Ghana, I saw one American woman saying that, since I Show Speed came to Ghana, she wants to also come and experience all the good things we have here. Now, so what's the meaning of Kotoka? Who is he? What did he do for the country? They'll be like, Kotoka was once a military man who was planning a coup against our then president. It's a very big disgrace to our country. Some people might think that the name change is nothing, but it's something. Even with individuals, some people at the end of the day, when they grow and they have the money to do, I think it's called affidavits, to change their name, they go and change their name because they know that it has no value to me. What is some names that has negative impact on the children,
right?
And in a way, it would influence or it will reflect in their lives at the end of the day. So please, the name change is very necessary at this point. It's very necessary.
Very
Anyone
necessary.
who says it's not necessary, should excuse me to say it's senseless.
They didn't hear that. Miss Debbie.
Yes, so I think history has said that when you are being born into a country and everyone is praising or endorsing a particular thing, there is a history behind that, and you're supposed to know what it is. So we have the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, right?
Yes.
Where you go there to learn a lot about Kwame Nkrumah, what he did, and sometimes you ask yourself, why would a big school be named after Kwame Nkrumah? There is a history behind that. No one just wake up and then feel like, I want to name this a state property with someone's name just like that. No, it means the person has contributed positively to the development of the country, and then they name it after the person. So you get to hear a lot of state properties that are named after people. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We have other schools who are also named after people who helped in, promoting the school and then making the school what it is today. And so all those properties are being named after those people, so that when posterity comes out and then they are getting to know that someone's name has been used in naming a property or something, they get to know what the person did. That is why there is a history of everything. There's
a story behind it.
There's a story behind it. You get to know why this particular thing was named after a human being. After all, we have a lot of names. So Kotoka International Airport, definitely people are going to ask. Don't forget that we have students going in there for excursion. We have people going to Kotoka International Airport to look at how the place is, and sometimes they get to know history about that. So Kotoka, or how was the name generated?
Mm-hmm.
Why was it named Kotoka International Airport? And then you tell these people that what. Now, when you read Toro on Kotoka, in a way, he performed so well. He was later sent to Kumasi, where he started with the Kumasi Empire to become what we are seeing today, of the Ashanti becoming the Ashanti. He did something. But the only thing that he did wrong was plotting a coup to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah, which didn't succeed. So someone like this, you see, that is why they say that if you want to be a good person, be a good person. If you want to be bad, be bad. Mm-hmm. Don't mix these two, because no matter how good you are, if you've been good for several years and even do a pin of mistake, that mistake is going to rub off the good deeds you've done, and it's going to stick with you till the rest of your life. People will not remember the good things you've did. The only thing they will get to remember is the bad thing you've done. Okay, that is human for you. So with this Kotoka issue, so you're going to tell these people that what Kotoka was good, he plots a coup. What are you trying to tell these children? What are you plotting in their mind that, well, you can still commit in a way, it's murder. This is a suicidal issue. So it means you can still commit a very big crime and still be given top position, or your name will be named after a very big state property, which doesn't really sit well. And don't also forget that we have a lot of people trooping in and out.
Exactly.
People who are not even Ghanaians. Mm-hmm. They come in and they want to know. Some of these whites are very, very curious. Okay, they are very, very inquisitive. Mm-hmm. And then they want to know, like, how did you generate this name? Imagine you telling that this person plot coup. Don't forget that they already have a notion about who Africa we are. Yes. They have this kind of mentality of their own. And then you also saying that the very thing that will come in mind that why someone plotted a coup to overthrow the first president, and then the only thing you do is to name it after a very big national airport, and that name came because of politics. So I feel like now that we've realized that we want to change the name, it's good. Accra International, simple. Accra International Airport, and Accra is the capital town of Ghana. And no. So that it's nice. It sounds so nice in the ear. So nice. It's not going to disrupt any activities. The foreigners coming in will get used to it as time goes on.
What do you also think? Do you think Accra International Airport sounds good, or is good to be named after Kotoka? Right, let's move on. Minority. Government's approach to social intervention, taxation incoherent. The minority in parliament has criticized the government for what it calls an incoherent approach to social programs and taxation. Minority leader Alexander Afenyomakin says several government initiatives were struggling by the end of 2025, highlighting the need for clear and consistent policy. Speaking at a parliamentary leadership briefing, he noted that while the Gold Board program has helped stabilize the city, other areas like agriculture have not seen significant improvements. Even high-profile initiatives such as the 24-hour economy have yet to deliver major results. Mr. Afenyo is urging the government to provide a clear plan for taxation and economic growth that will benefit key sectors and improve the lives of Ghanaians. He said the lack of consistency in policy is a concern, and nearly a year into office, the current administration has yet to show significant progress in addressing these issues. What specific social intervention is the minority saying is failing, is considering failing? Because if you ask me, okay, let me throw it to you then, Miss Debbie. The minority says some social interventions are failing. The 24-hour economy, we've not seen it being enrolled. They mentioned Ejumera, they mentioned a lot.
Yesterday, I chanced on the briefing of the minority with the media, and I heard Afenyo Makin say that the increase in tariffs and all that, and Ghanaians are suffering. I don't know how come they are able to enter into the shoes of Ghanaians.
You know, after this, there was an interview by some station, one media house, and then they asked the man that this is what Afenyo said. It was rather a comment after they posted the video, and the man was like, why is Afenyo talking for him? Did he tell him that he's suffering?
You get it.
Fuel prices are down. What shows that he's suffering?
He's suffering, you get it.
So I don't know how they do their...
I feel like it's just politics, okay?
Propaganda,
and that is how we understand it here in Ghana. And so that is how they go about it. But I feel like the minority, they are overdoing it, because as the person said, you shouldn't talk on my behalf. I should be the one complaining that things are not going so well. Why are you always speaking on behalf of the people? I've seen instances where the current flag bearer of the NPP is also saying that Ghanaians are suffering, and since he has been elected, he's coming to, take them out of poverty.
Who is that?
Baumia.
He said that?
Yes.
When?
Oh, I think he even made that comment before he was chosen as a flag bearer. Yes, he said Ghanaians are suffering, so he's coming to take them out from poverty.
Someone mentioned that Baumia shouldn't talk about the economy.
He would definitely talk about it, yes. You should know that some of these politicians, excuse me, they are kind of shameless. They don't really, they have no shame in saying these things, okay? And sometimes it baffles me, because you were in government before. Let's be sincere, not talk about politics. When we compare this administration to previous administration, things might not be the way we want it to be, but at least it's okay. It's better than before. So if you are saying that Ghanaians, like what they say, obia bre, oko ha omo bre, oye ha we bre, oko ha we bre, omo bre say. Okay, sometimes when we go out and we talk to people, you hear them say that the economy is okay, everything is okay. The only thing they call out for is that they want to see more, like bibia bafom, but they want to see it's more than what they're experiencing now. So with what Afenyo Makin is saying, it's just propaganda. They're just finding a way to make themselves relevant, and it's becoming too much, because the more you make yourself relevant, you end up saying things that does not make sense, things that are not real profitable to the people, and you even end up losing the few people who listens to you. Because I feel like no one mini Ghanaian will watch this and take it seriously. You just laugh. You just be like, wait, it's part of their normal politics now, because come to the ground. Even this man, what's the name? Convener for is it Arise Ghana?
Arise Ghana.
This away man, Bakavomawo. He made a statement. He said he wished that he can buy a lot of petrol. That's
Oliver
Bakavomawo.
For
I don't think he's for Arise.
He's not from Arise,
but he's a convener.
Yeah.
Just I can't remember this thing. And he's also a legal practitioner.
Yes,
he's a legal practitioner. He made a statement. He said he wish he can buy a lot of fuel and store it, because he doesn't even know when these people be coming in, and the prices of fuel will increase again. So it should tell you that people are really feeling the release, just that we are using politics and all that, and we just don't want to accept the fact that the current state of Ghana is better than before.
It's better than before. Miss Regina, what can you say to Afenyo?
So I wish I was the media personnel that asked that he said that to. I would have asked him certain questions. What is failing, and how has he seen that Ghanaians are suffering and all that? We know that before you talk about Ghanaians issue, you need to go through a survey. You need to make sure that you hear from the people directly.
Exactly.
Like how when Ato Forsen is about to do his mid-year budget, he goes on ground to make sure that he interacts with the market women. I'll say that is the first of its kind, because then times Ato Forsen, our former finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, I don't know, maybe if you guys have seen it, but I've never seen him go on ground to interact with the people in concern with the budget reading. But when this administration came, they've proven and shown to us that they are indeed leaders and they are not bosses. The same way Afenyomakin is politicizing this, we would also politicize it. This current administration is a transparent government. The other administration, they were not transparent. They were bosses, so they had to dictate for us. They were authoritative. But when it comes to this current administration, they seek the opinion of the people first before they bring whatever they want to bring to consider the people or in the interest of the people. And this Ejumera code programs, 24-hour economy, blah blah blah, they are still in existence. They are promises, and even some of them have even been fulfilled. When we look at the past administration, they promised us a lot of things, but they are more promising and no more they didn't complete it, and they commissioned it. We've seen roads which were not completed, and they commissioned it. We've seen the hospitals they built, which they didn't complete, but they commissioned some of them. So sometimes Debbie said something about when you want to be relevant, you tend to say certain things you are not supposed to say. Yes, that is what Afenyomakin is doing. Sometimes you just to shut up, mind your business, and be on your lane, because I don't understand. Afenyomakin, like, what is he doing? In fact, the minority in parliament, what is their problem? And yesterday, I think during the press briefing, they said something like they told the majority that they should allow them to talk.
Exactly.
And I was like, talk, why? So are they trying to say that majority more kasa?
Hey, it's a lot.
It's a lot. They always want to paint this administration black, but even people who are in MPP are even praising this current government.
Well, so as part of the press briefing they had yesterday, they questioned the government. Where are the jobs? So the minority in parliament has criticized the government over Ghana's rising youth unemployment. Afenyomakin says the current 34% youth unemployment rate is unacceptable, and questioned the promised jobs where the promised jobs are. He described several government programs, including Ejumera, the National Apprenticeship Program, and Nkoko Nketen as largely on paper with little real impact. He expressed concern over the cancellation of the One District, One Factory initiative, saying there is no replacement plan to boost the private sector. On private sector reforms, Afenyomakin said the government has failed to take serious action, noting that the ministry's responsibility has not made any major announcement or shown progress. He urged the government to move beyond paper programs and implement concrete measures to create jobs and address the growing concerns of unemployed young Ghanaians. Do you agree with him on this? That the rate at which unemployment is rising among the youth is becoming unbecoming. The current administration said they've provided job in Nkoko Nketen, National Apprenticeship Program, Ejumera, 1 million one coders, a whole lot. In fact, they even said they'll bring the 24-hour economy. But minority is raising concern that it's like all these programs, all these jobs that you said you've created, it's only on paper. We are not seeing the real impact. The rate at which unemployment is rising is still rising, and it's even rising faster. So where are the jobs?
Where are the jobs?
Where are they?
I'm surprised he's now realizing it. So he didn't realize this when he was in power.
Well, he said they brought the One District, One Factory, but this current administration, they cancelled it.
Who they brought one district, one factory.
One district, one factory.
And who cancelled it? This current administration. They cancelled it because they saw no positive impact on that one district, one factory they brought. If we are talking about unemployment is very vast because it started way back. If the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration, which is his party, was able to even solve unemployment 20%, like by now with this intervention that this current administration is bringing on board, we could have gotten somewhere, but they didn't do anything. One district, every day we asked you, do you have a factory in your constituency? I do not have mine. One district, one factory. It was a nice initiative. This could have employed people
a lot.
It could have employed a lot of people and even minimize the number of unemployment issues in this country. But no, you didn't do it. So I feel like now you should rather support this current administration. Ghana na what the politics are not bibi anko so na yetimi ebebresa. But when you support this current administration, we fought forward. How many years have this government been in power? They just exhausted 1 year, and even that 1 year is far better than their 8 years in government. So it should tell you that this government, they are doing massively well, okay. Although in some areas that it needs more improvement. But at least it is better
than none.
It is better than none. The Nkukora they brought. Do you know the number of people who are?
Yeah,
people are going.
I saw them distributing some of the chicks to.
Do you know one thing this NDC government do not do is that they don't talk too much. Okay, they don't really talk too much. Like maybe yeah, they like how some bloggers will do. I'm just saying that we are doing. No, they don't really do that. Okay, I feel like they want to achieve their goal first, then they'll come and publish it. But if I should tell you the number of people that are undergoing training, you will be shocked. I have colleagues who are working, but they're still going to apply for this initiative, and they're undergoing training. And it's not only they are not only undergoing training. After that, they'll be given the necessary seed and also something to start up. So it should tell you that they are doing well. It's because the minority are doing well because they are scared.
So
they are scared.
Obviously, so what about Obiasi?
And what will he say? He has started saying something. You will go to Israel. Well, you don't want to go to Israel. You will go. We will go. What are you doing in Ghana?
I can pray in my room.
Sister, we will go. He said it will be free. And he said what? You build more toilet facilities, right?
Anyway, I'll go to Israel, add it to my portfolio. At least I went outside Ghana.
You get it. It's very necessary.
Yeah. Miss Regina, are you going to Israel with us?
Oh, wow, definitely go. As in like better thing.
Of course. Where are the jobs?
We were supposed to be asking this under the administration. Where are the jobs? When they brought e-levy, which we were not happy about, which we opposed, they still cut cake and popped champagne and drank it. Erade. Where are the jobs? They promised us that taking off the e-levy would generate more jobs for the youth.
Exactly.
But we saw nothing.
Zero.
It saddens my heart when people use this unemployment situations to they politicize it.
Exactly.
We are not saying that this current administration unemployment in Niho. Unemployment is there. But the effort someone puts in something shows how much the person cares. And we've seen the effort of this current administration. Even with all the programs they've brought up, it shows how much they care. It's like they've forgotten about Malik Basintali.
The yen.
Was it this week? Was it last week? They are planning on training about, is it 10,000 people in one sewing?
Yeah.
You saw it.
Fashion.
Oh, they are not seeing that one. No, I think I went with you to is it the Ga Youth Forum?
Yeah, the Ga Youth
Forum. Where they said they are bringing up an initiative where Kube, they are using it to charcoal. And they want to train people. It's a no. If you are interested, come forward yourself.
I have to go somewhere.
It's
Oh
very, very
yes,
necessary.
it's good if you learn a skill.
Yeah.
And you be a book,
yeah.
any white
You know
collar
there's
job.
a
How many
company
do that even
in
do?
Ghana here, sorry to say, they're using shits for charcoal.
Oh really?
Shit, yes, they're using our shit for charcoal.
I know if they are using it for gas, but for charcoal.
Wow,
Yeah,
they are
yeah,
using it
yeah.
for
I know for
charcoal.
gas. I know for
Okay.
gas. I know.
It's a white company, but run by Africans also,
okay.
right here in
Ejuma
Ghana.
If you are serious, you get something to do.
Ah,
Okay.
Ejuma.
This on
Ejuma
employment, I feel like 50% should be blamed on the youth themselves. Most of them are
yes,
just
because
lazy.
why are you idle?
They are just lazy.
I say more. I find you is asking, where are the jobs?
Where are the jobs?
Where are the jobs?
They are in my room.
I was about to say,
Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina.
Bringing you today in history on this day, Yalta Conference opened, bringing together the big three Allied leaders Franklin D. Roosevelt, USA, Winston Churchill, UK, and Joseph Stalin, USSR, in the Crimea region of the Soviet Union. The conference held at the Livadia Palace aimed to plan the final defeat of Nazi Germany and structure the post-war world. Kenyan President Daniel Arap Moi died at age 95. Daniel Arap Moi, Kenya's longest-serving president from 1978 to 2002, died at age 95 on February 4, 2020, at the Nairobi Hospital. Announced by President Uhuru Kenyatta, his passing marked the end of a 24-year rule characterized by both stability seeking, nano philosophy, and accusations of authoritarianism, corruption, and human rights violations. Germany declares war zone around British. Germany declared the waters surrounding the British Isles a war zone in a major escalation of World War I, effective from February 18, 1915. The Germany Navy announced it would attack all Allied merchant vessels, including those from neutral countries, using U-boats, aiming to block supplies and counter the British naval blockade. First U.S. helicopter is shot down in Vietnam during Operation Chopper, which involved 15 H-21C Shawnee flying banana helicopters transporting South Vietnam troops in the Mekong Delta. This marked a significant escalation in American involvement, as the 33rd Transportation Company was in the region to provide critical mobility for South Vietnamese forces. To some global observances, today is Facebook's birthday. Facebook was founded on February 4, 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg and his roommate at Harvard University. Originally launched as the Facebook.com, it served as a social network for university students before expanding worldwide. As of 2025, the platform is over 2 decades old and has grown to over 3 billion monthly active users. So this is your sign to start that app you've been wanting to create. This day is also Homemade Soup Day, to encourage cooking, nourishing, and enjoying homemade soups, especially during cold winter months. It highlights the versatility, comfort, and health benefits. So please do well to cook soup today. Don't eat outside. National Girls and Women in Sports Day, to honor the achievement of female athletes. coaches and leaders while promoting equality and access to sports. Co-founded by the Women's Sports Foundation in 1987, this 39th annual event encourages girls to realize their full power, confidence, and strength. Lastly, World Cancer Day. World Cancer Day is an international day marked on this day to raise awareness of cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection, and treatment. And also do well to visit the hospital today for cancer treatments or awareness. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Happy birthday to you, Facebook. Up next, we have Debbie's.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Renowned Ghanaian businessman and philanthropist Dr. Kofi Amoah has called for deep reflection on Ghana's political culture following the New Patriotic Party's recent election of a flag bearer ahead of the 2028 general elections. In a strongly worded commentary published on his Twitter page, he questioned whether internal party primaries, often celebrated as milestones of democracy, are truly helping Ghana select leaders capable of confronting the country's most entrenched development challenges. According to him, the just-ended contest, like many before, offered little clarity on candidate concrete ideas for tackling youth unemployment, import dependency, low wages, weak educational outcomes, and persistent poverty. Did the process enlighten citizens about what the candidates stand for or their novel ideas for seriously fixing problems we face in the country? He argued that beyond campaign rhetoric and internal party enthusiasm, Ghana's political processes have largely failed to produce leaders with the training, character, honesty, and clarity of purpose required to transform the country's vast natural and human resources into sustainable prosperity for the majority of citizens. We need mental and psychological revolution supported by purposeful institutions managed by people with integrity, competence, and a patriotic fervor that has characterized almost every nation that has managed to rise up from its own bootstraps. He warned that Ghana and Africa at large continue to rely on political and economic model that are still born ineffective and ill-suited to local realities, while foreign development partners remain primarily interested in extracting mineral wealth rather than building real value for African youth. He also urged Ghanaians to revisit indigenous philosophies that recognize both the country's and the continent's natural endowment and external interests seeking to exploit them. So this is from a renowned philanthropist, Dr. Kofi Amoah. I mean, he has taken notice of our way of choosing leaders to lead us as a country. Okay, our internal primaries within political parties we have, and the way we bring in people to lead us, and at the end of the day we see no benefits. We don't even see their impact on the country. Okay, we end up seeing negative impact they've leave behind on the country. Okay, and this things gets to stick with us, I mean, throughout, because trust me, if you get a leader that is not purposeful, a leader that do not have you at heart, a leader that do not even have the development of the country at heart, forget it. You will just be in the country, no development, nothing, and you cannot even speak up, because who is going to listen? And the most funny aspect is that you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and still nothing is done, and it's just like you pouring water on a stone, knowing fully well that you're not going to regain those waters back. So that is it. So I think what he's saying is very, very true. Now he's saying that, the internal primaries, are we sure that we are actually voting for people which we feel that they are very competent, full of integrity, free of corruption, and can lead the country to where we want to get to. As it stands now, Ghana is not yet on the promised land or in the promised land. We've not gotten there. We are still walking. I don't know where we are going to get there. I don't know how long it's going to take. But we can get to our promised land when we get leaders that are purpose-driven, leaders that have the people at heart, the concern and the interest of the people. Because trust me, you are voted into power not by your own accord, but you were brought into power because people feel like you can do it. You see, one of the things that pains so much is when you have trust in someone and then you've given the go ahead to the person to do something, and then at the end you don't get to see. I mean, you know this person is very, very good. The person can deliver, and then you've given the nod to the person. What you're expecting, you are getting less of that person. How do you feel? It's so painful because trust me, you stood in for that person. You spoke very good of that person. Who knows? Maybe you've spoken to people, big people in power to ensure that the person is given the opportunity, and only for the person to get there and the person is not, giving up to standard or living up to standard. It's quite very, very painful. So I feel like, you see, the political parties we have in this country, it's about time we have to recycle our minds, because whoever the party is bringing up, the party has a 50%, the person has a 50% chance of becoming the president of Ghana. When you are bringing up someone, it means that your trust in the person, you hope or you know the person is competent, you know the person can deliver, and that is why you voted for that person. But when a person becomes president and we are seeing opposite of what you've been preaching about the person, then it means you've deceived us. And that is going to enslave us for so many years. And I can boldly tell you that the leaders we have in the previous years, they didn't help us. They all came into power for their own personal interest. Tell me why Ghana, as old as we are still struggling with certain things like unemployment. We are struggling with road construction. We only have one means of transport. Ghana, as old as we are, still have places where students sit on bare floor to study. Ghana, as old as we are, still have communities that do not have a well-resourced hospitals and even CHIPS compound. It's very, very sad. Sometimes, see, I will encourage you not to limit yourself only in Accra. Go out there and see what people are going through. You will cry. You will cry because it's so disheartening. You will see students walking 30 miles to get to school, and only for them to get to school and they are sitting on bare floor to study. And sometimes because these chiefs have the progress of this students or these children at heart, they contribute so that they can bring up something that they can, raise a structure, not even a structure. Sometimes it's just a shield. They'll get some 4 wood with conch or something on it, roofing sheet, and that is it. And sometimes they use palm leaves. And anytime it's cloudy, this student needs to close. By force, you need to go home, because that structure cannot house you. It is very dangerous out there, so you need to go home. And you see, this is the main reason why when you even post someone there, they don't want to go. Let's be sincere with ourselves. You won't go because it makes the way so difficult. You won't go. You get to a community. See, I'll be sincere to you that you even get to a community, they don't even have network. They have to be tying their phone on trees. Some have to climb trees and be holding the phone and you ask yourself, is this the Ghana we find ourselves in? I feel like it's about time the people we call our ministers, the people who have been given position into power, they should have their time and go to these villages, these remote areas, these communities. They are suffering the most. So not here, not Accra. If you limit yourself here, you have it in mind that everything is going on well. But when you get down there, you know that there is a lot to do. And it all boils down to the leader, the person we will choose as a leader. If we don't choose the right person as a leader, we will continue to suffer, because trust me, 99% of the things they've brought to you as a manifesto after 8 or 4 years in power, one common to me for Philly. So it should tell you that we need a leader full of integrity, a leader who says and does it. Not someone who says something and then comes back, giving you excuses. No, that is not who we want. So it's better we reset our mind right now. It's never too late. But it's still not too late. We can still make a change. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
It's not too late. We can still make a change. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, minority pledges full support for Dr. Bawumia ahead of 2028 elections. Also coming up, minority leader Alexander Penyo-Makin criticized government over electricity tariff hike. Cocoa farmers urges government to settle outstanding payments for sold beans. Accra Mayor pledges new operating theatre for Kanishi Polyclinic. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology senior staff join nationwide strike, vowing to fight for their financial demands. These and many more coming up your way shortly. Do stay with us. The minority in Parliament has reaffirmed the support of 87 minority members of Parliament for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The New Patriotic Party's flag bearer ahead of the 2028 general elections. The minority leader made this known during a courtesy visit to Dr. Bawumia's residence, emphasizing the caucus commitment to supporting the flag bearer's vision and leadership. Penyo-Makin urged all party members, supporters and stakeholders to rally behind Dr. Bawumia, stressing a collective action and unity will be crucial in securing victory in the 2028 polls.
Was that much as as members of the fraternity, various ideas may be held. If we don't push your agenda, nobody's agenda can go through. So it is very clear on our minds that we need to push this agenda. Finally, Mr. Vice President, flag bearer, and our president-to-be. We've also undertaken to regularly engage your high office in every single thing we do for direction. Because you may recall that last year there was no direction. So we're doing our own thing, trying to hold on to straws to survive. But with you now as the anchorman, we can look up to you for vision and direction. As a leader of the caucus, let me also personally pledge to you my unsoiled loyalty to the cause of the party and your vision. So, Mr. President, we will not waste much of your time. We are congratulating you. And colleagues, I want to say this in the presence of the flag bearer. Each one of us here, 87 of us, in 2017, we were 169, and it reduced to 137 plus 1, and we are now 87. Our duty is to lift up the numbers come 2028. We can only achieve that through collective spirit. And individualism can only spell our doom. So I want to say this, that let us be committed to that cause ourselves in that chamber. Let's limit the whispers on the corridors and look at the party. If the flag bearer as an individual is expected to do it all, there will be no success. We will go to our various constituencies and we must win for him. And if we win, it will depend on how we act together. So from today, let us resolve that though this is a party of peers, for the time being, you have given the 5 of us the opportunity to lead you. Have confidence and trust in our leadership. And let's work together so that together this party will be the winner.
Minority Leader Alexander Penyomakin has also criticized government for increasing electricity tariffs by 27%, citing its heavy burden on ordinary Ghanaians. This increase is part of a broader trend of rising utility costs, with the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission approving a 9.86% increase in electricity tariff and 15.92% increase in water tariffs effective January 1st, 2026. The Traders Union Congress has also expressed outrage over the tariff hike, arguing that they erode the 90% wage increase granted to workers in 2026. They are therefore calling on government to revisit the wages negotiations to mitigate the impact of tariff increases.
If you take electricity tariffs, government so far has increased electricity tariffs up to 27%. It is huge cost to the ordinary Ghanaian. And whereas they took away the e-levy, they introduced the Dumsor levy, meaning that every liter of petrol you buy, you pay 1 Ghana cedi. So more Ghanaians are being burdened more than the e-levy that they came to repeal. So again, there isn't much relief. Ghanaians are being burdened the more.
Cocoa farmers are urging government to settle outstanding payment for sold cocoa beans, citing financial hardships and prolonged delays in payment. The Ghana National Association of Cocoa Farmers President Stevenson Anani says farmers have not been paid since November, affecting their ability to service bank loans and conduct maintenance. The delayed payments are attributed to international traders' refusal to pay upfront sums under the new cocoa purchasing model. Meanwhile, Cocoa Board, the state regulator, is yet to respond to their request.
The apart for a normal year to my Gagamana crop Miss Sokukunaman. This November, Nansankaska. So be away with Juman Trianica. Now, this is a channel council may be more better. I have not could not say a bit sharp by a bit share a class of war. You won't crave. Them said, Papa. Bampani Mahamanti, a sen, American won't see no chin. Yaman yourself, yes, I clear for Ramam Nanta cry, dear chin, and I just say, I'm a back with money. I call out a branch of Koyama since November in Gianca. Some of our sick uncle was able to the Skywalk to Mr. Bandy Brie. Your costume, no, you mean, sir, be a tin on tea. Tell what is in Wabun and Yabusu. On possibility of for Supera, on Kaiser California in the buy. Did you know you know as a more careful was a part of by but why am I any answer? Or Babianisca Cocoska free a bit by Beduno. The way as a man. My name, Sir Cobasas Council Ma. A heading.
If you was me do back in November, yeah, do cocoa or my one more to cocoa. This is Abbey and San Kansika. Says I school for also a blue square. I said, California, I'm on Marco School, secondary school, university. Yes, or Tony, my mama. Mrs. Abbey, do how be brain, Abbey. Name again, my bad pension, 1999. To cook me and Maya, a form Kakakra. Hospital Pro, a Nuto, and one error. If you was me to Bakubi Abbey, I could call my air quiet, I couldn't run. And may am a Hochraba.
I made a demonstration say, Cocoa Board. Any a bang. I was there, Mutimi is Simobo. I'm a Maku who say, Cocoa no, ye tisso with explanation. And I said, ye tonsa, also with explanation. Now, Cocoa Board never do on ma, oh yeah. And Ama, when you see, I went to me and can watch them say, your cocoa group be ya be viable. Ya mube ba ti leader thing na me kia. Near per solution, nti, me say Cocoa Board. A mercury of one tiasi, pre leaders in Asia. No church near mem, near Fiam Famre, ye queer upon word, down.
Kakra me culture a queer for say, Wamunya abutre. Now, how na bano, and free cooperative in penning for. Ana sebe, and free NBCs and so. A hana bano, that's a Wamunya abutre. Na abano so ni mo how no say dey sia ba ni say enimani ya mo ne LBC no ana say dwumadi bi also muti na say be akuani sabeka ni sika no ne saka ni sika akuani sika bia enkam na mo omunya abotre.
The Accra Mayor Michael Nikpakpo Alote has announced plans to construct a new operating theatre at the Kanishi Polyclinic before the end of this year. This announcement follows a surprise visit to the facility, highlighting the need for improved healthcare infrastructure. The Kanishi Polyclinic, Ghana's oldest, serves over 400 patients daily and caters residents from Kanishi, Boboashi, Awudome and its surrounding areas. The new operating theatre aims to enhance healthcare delivery.
I lost my mother here some years ago, so this is like a home to me. I'm coming from North Kanishi, so we're going around and when we're coming from the Kanishi, we want to check the food bridge. So when we get to this way, I said, okay, let me pass here and check. So if they have few challenges that we can help. And when I got here, he has told me I have few challenges around the theater, which is very, very intense. We are going to help. We promise to do that one first before any other thing. So it's a good thing that Once in a while, we pass through our hospitals, police stations to check what help that will be needed. How can we assist them for them to work better, for things to move faster. So as I said, we are going to help you get us the things that we need and where we can get it. Once we order it, how long will it take? Or you have the machines here already? Okay, so I will just raise whatever money we have to raise to make sure we fix the theater very soon.
The Senior Staff Association of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, has joined the nationwide strike, pledging to fight for their financial demands. The association's decision comes in solidarity with other public work sectors, with members pledging to ensure government coffers are not spared until their demands are addressed. The move adds to the growing list of institutions participating in the nationwide strike, with workers united in their quest for financial treatment.
That we declare that today we are declaring an indefinite strike immediately from here, and the reason being that Fair Wages and Salaries Commission has altered our living condition of service without our consent, and for that matter we cannot sit down and watch. 2 is our tier 2 that government has skipped 2024 August to December remittance to our fund managers and has paid 2025. All the correspondences from our fund managers has yielded no results, and we can't sit down for a peswa of our tier 2 to remain with the government. And there's also a regulation or a law that says that if you default in payment, there's a penalty of 3%. So we are demanding that as well, that they pay the remaining months plus the penalty. Because if they had given the money to us that time, we would have invested and it would have yielded some returns. So that penalty too, we are asking government to pay. The third point is our brothers and sisters from UNIMAC, which composes of 3 institutions that were brought together to form a fully fledged university called UNIMAC. Since the establishment, the government had not been paying them the requisite salaries and the allowances. We have engaged, we have written letters, they have given us assurances. It was only this January that they have placed them at the right level. But we are asking government to look at the arrears since they were put into a university, to pay the differences. We have tried and communicated and written letters upon letters. Government has not minded us. So we are saying that enough is enough. So today we are laying down our tools and all these issues.
In related news, the president of the University of Ghana Student Savings and Accommodation Group, Gladys Antilantia, has clarified the ongoing strike as a step aimed at restoring agreed conditions of service. According to her, the strike is to ensure that the university administration addresses key issues affecting students. She urged stakeholders to view the strike as a constructive measure towards resolving pressing concerns. The University of Ghana Student Savings and Accommodation Group president appealed for understanding and support from students, faculty and the broader academic community as they push for improvement in conditions of service.
As I said earlier, we are parents. We are aunties and uncles. We have our nephews and nieces here. We are never in any way trying to disrupt any academic work. But this is the time where we have reached. We just have to speak up at this particular time. It's just unfortunate that it so has to meet with the students in school. But it is never up. We want our condition of service to be restored, not to be tampered with. Once they listen to us, why not? Even if tomorrow, we'll go back. But if they don't listen, we cannot say because we will disrupt the academic calendar, we should keep quiet and then suffer. No.
you claim that the
Labour Commission, they came to the Labour Commission to testify that indeed Senior Staff Association has an agreement with them, fair wages. And then, in the same vein, after that 16th October meeting with them at the Labour Commission that they came to testify, they wrote another letter to University of Ghana Vice Chancellor that they are doing the right thing by not paying us overtime. They should use calling to pay. Is that not a double standard? When you know very well that even in your minutes to us on the 2nd of October that we had with you at Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, it captured that item overtime, which was still ongoing. So how can you be a double standard person like this? Are you really being fair? You are not.
In business, Ghana is making progress in business readiness but continues to grapple with efficiency challenges, the World Bank has cautioned. At a high-level Be Ready working session, Sabika Farazi, senior economist in the World Bank's Business Ready unit, outlined the country's strength while pointing to areas requiring urgent reforms. According to the Be Ready 2026 assessment, Ghana's business readiness scores range from 72% in financial services to 34% in market competition, reflecting strong regulatory frameworks but persistent gaps in how policies work in practice. Comparing Ghana with regional peers, he noted that regulation remains the country's strongest pillar. However, she cautioned that efficiency remains a drag in competitiveness. At a topic level, Ghana performs well in financial services, labor and business entry, placing among the stronger performers in the region. International trade emerged as key area where efficiency gains could deliver quick wins. The working session brought together senior government officials, private sector leaders and World Bank teams to examine constraints affecting food processing, light manufacturing and trade facilitation priority sectors and the government 24-hour program. The World Bank said Be Ready findings provide granular data-driven insight to support Ghana's reforms as the country seeks to improve operational efficiency, strengthen private sector growth, and enhance its competitiveness on the regional and global stage. To sports, the University of Ghana has officially launched the second edition of its Corporate Football League, following a press event held at the VIP launch of the University of Ghana Stadium. The initiative forms part of the university's broader effort to promote sports participation, wellness and corporate engagement with the university community among affiliated institutions. The launch event brought together the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Nana Ba Apia, alongside representatives of participating corporate organizations, invited stakeholders, and members of the media. The occasion was used to formally unveil plans for the new season, which is scheduled to run from February to June 2026. Organized by the University of Ghana Sports Directorate in partnership with Rise Sports Services, the Corporate Football League will feature 18 corporate teams competing across two groups. The 18 teams participating in this year's University of Ghana Corporate Football League have been divided into two groups. Group A includes Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Way Power Authority, Ghana Football Association, Stanbic Bank, Ghana Armed Forces Officers Sports Club, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Goyo Ghana, and the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration GIMPA. Group B features Union Ghana, Ghana Airport Company Limited, National Petroleum Authority, Zenith Bank, Lebanese Sports Community, Telecel Ghana, Woma Africa and the Forestry Commission. Speaking on behalf of the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Kofi D. Adams, board chair of the National Sports Authority, Dr. Fred Awa, underscored the broader significance of the competition. According to the organizers, the upcoming edition will place greater emphasis on professionalism and competitiveness, building on the success of the maiden edition. The league is set to kick off on Friday, February 13th, and is designed to provide a structured platform for corporate institutions in engaging in sports, promoting staff wellness, foster networking, and delivering regular football action within the university environment. In showbiz, South African singer Tyla has won a second Grammy, beating 4 others, including 3 Nigerian artists, to take the Best African Music Performance Award. The 24-year-old won for her song Push to Start, which was preferred over tracks by Irasta, Burna Boy and Davido, as well as Uganda singer Eddie Kenzo. Tyla bagged the same prize in 2024 for her global hit Water, also beating a host of Nigerian stars. List of nominees in Best African Music Performance category include Love by Burna Boy, With You, Davido featuring Omale, Hope and Love by Eddie Kenzo, Gimme That, Irasta featuring Wizkid, Push Through Start, Tyla. There was disappointment among Nigerian music lovers after none of the country's stars won despite the global success of Afrobeat. The video's loss to Tyla at the Grammys left Nigerian fans disappointed. Burna Boy was also nominated in the Best Global Music Album category, alongside Senegal's Yossi Walls. Angelique Kidjo also got a nod in the Best Global Music Performance category. None of them got a take-home, the famous gramophone player statute. On some international update, 9 people accused of carrying out a deadly attack in north-central Nigeria were arraigned before a federal court charged in connection with the deaths of more than 150 people. The defendants are being charged with 57 counts of terrorism and could be sentenced to death, life imprisonment if convicted. They pleaded not guilty to the charges relating to the attack on Yalewata, a community in the Guma area of Nigerian Benue State, in June last year. Presidential spokesperson said in a statement that the Nigerian government undertook a painstaking investigation and collaboration by government agencies. Nigeria is in the grip of a complex security crisis with an insurgency by Islamic militant in the northeast, alongside a surge in kidnappings for ransom by gangmen across the northwest and north central regions over the recent months. Attacks such as the one in Yelewata are common in Nigeria's northern region, where local herders and farmers often clash over limited access to land and water. The prolonged conflict has become deadlier in recent years, with authorities and analysts warning that more herdsmen are taking up arms. In December, the United States launched airstrike in northern Nigeria targeting fighters it claimed were from the Islamic State group after allegations that the West African country failed to rein in attacks on Christians. Nigeria has recorded an uptake in attacks on churches in the north. The United States has pledged to deliver military equipment purchased by Nigeria over the past 5 years, but has not yet arrived. The material, which includes drones, helicopters, platforms, spare parts and support system, is intended to support the country's effort to rein in terror attacks. And that's how we end it for now on the morning news update. Do want to log on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news stories. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. Until then, do have a good morning. I am Deborah Adoso.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, I wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha at the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana ne aba begu oman Ghana mu ha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the amao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame ya bit me ababeboa ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya wa enkan popuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi an se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is your favorite online radio station, and all we do is to bring you the eligible news, the trending news, the relevant stories that matter to you every morning right here on the show. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Ghana Talks Radio. Just log on there. Let's get interactive. You can send your opinions along. We'll read them. Sitting in the studios with me is my beautiful ladies again, and we are going to be looking at a few news headlines, relevant ones of course, before we have our guests joining us for the second segment for the main show. Good morning once again, ladies.
Good morning.
What are we having for breakfast this morning?
Watch it.
Miss Debbie, I know you to eat wache around 12:30, if I'm not mistaken. But this morning you feel like eating wache this early.
I feel like eating wache, which would not be possible.
But how do you want your wache? Someone might be listening and will just send you lunch.
Oh yes,
breakfast.
Please, if you're listening to me, I want serious. I'm lead of watching this one. Okay, I don't want the one that is too soft.
Open you
one. Or the salad kakra, sausage kakra, kosua. Actually, be the boiled egg.
The boiled egg.
I don't need spaghetti. Just the salad, the sausage, the egg, fish. Because most of these watches they sell fish and chicken. One be in your bad. I don't like too much stew. Really no. I don't like too much stew. The shit on kakra stew no so kakra. God bless you in advance, please.
Amen. So please, if you're watching Miss Debbie, she's in need of watching. If you know any legit and superb watching,
please bring it on board.
Surprise her.
And we will advertise for you.
We will advertise her. Yo yate. Miss Regina, what are we having for breakfast?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Miss Regina says she doesn't know what she's having for breakfast yet. And for me, the kinky now. The soft one.
Flashy food.
The kinky now. So
the soft one.
That's what we want to have for breakfast this morning. So please, if you are listening to us, do justice.
Surprise us, okay?
Surprise us. Right, let's look at a few news stories. So Napo, Kwabne Japan, Adrasafo, among others, are lobbying to be Bawumia's running mate. You know, the NPP, they've elected their flag bearer. Now they need someone who is going to be Dr. Bawumia's vice. Formerly, we know it to be Napo. But this time around, a lot happened. Miss Debbie, why are you laughing? A lot happened, like a lot, during their campaign season. To the extent of Napo even saying that, who is Jesus Christ? Even Jesus Christ rested on the 7th day. So how much more them? A lot was said. And you know, there've been a lot of, criticism looking at the kind of Napo is. Napo and Bawumia. But now we are hearing some things. Me, I've heard that upon Chroma and others. And yesterday I saw again. Let me share with you people. So Napo, Kwabne Japan, Adrasafo among others are lobbying to be Bawumia's running mate. So the Member of Parliament for Ekrofom, Joseph Azuma, says several senior members of the New Patriotic Party are reportedly lobbying to become the running mate of the party's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ahead of the 2028 elections. He named Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe Napo, Engineer Kwame J. Ichapon, former Majority Leader Oseiche Mensah Bonsu, and former Minister Sarah Adrasafo are seeking the position. So the claims were made on Adom FM's morning show on Tuesday, that was yesterday. Dr. Bawumia recently won the NPP flag bearer position with over 110,000 votes, defeating 4 other contenders. However, a political aide to Dr. Bawumia, Kofi Tonto, dismissed the claims as baseless. He said that while choosing a running mate is important, Dr. Bawumia is currently focusing on bringing unity to the party after the primaries. The running mate will be selected at the right time in consultation with party leadership and key stakeholders. In as much as they are saying that this is not true, but just in case it's true, looking at these people that we have mentioned, do you think they are eligible to hold that position, to be the vice president of Dr. Bawumia?
Well, I think for Adrasafo it's a no.
Why?
Adrasafo is a no. She was a member of parliament before.
Yes.
And during her term as a member of parliament for Dominic Kwabenya, we saw her traveling out of the country. She spent almost part of her stay.
2 years.
2 years. Her stay in that constituency as a member of parliament outside. And there were times where the constituents were complaining and all that. And I vividly remember that when she was apologizing, she didn't even apologize to the people, okay? She apologized to the then president, that was Akufo-Addo. she mentioned Akufo-Addo's name, apologized to him, mentioned the vice president, apologized to him, mentioned members of parliament, and the people you are representing. You couldn't even mention, they should be the first person that you should even apologize to, but you didn't. That means you don't even regard these people. So imagine someone who was a former member of parliament who do not regard his constituent, which means automatically you don't even have the interest of the people at heart. And I want to be a vice president in your dreams. It can never manifest. It won't manifest though. It's only be in her dreams.
You think she's not?
For me, she's not fit. She's not fit for the vice president position.
But women are supposed to support women.
Oh yeah, women are supposed to support women, but that doesn't mean that if you are fooling as a woman, I should still support you. Oh no, women are supposed to support women. We will support each other. But I said, now does that mean that when I'm doing the wrong thing or when you're doing the wrong thing, I shouldn't tell that you're doing the wrong thing? No, that is in a way support. If my fellow woman is doing the right thing, I support her because I want her to go far. There are instances where I've been seeing my colleagues, sometimes when I post videos, they repost it for me. So in a way, they are supporting me. That is women supporting women, right? And sometimes when I also see this, I do same. That is women supporting women. But sometimes I even post videos and I see people on my stats coming to tell me that, I remember some time ago, Regina and I took a video here. It was just a normal joke. And then we posted that video. The kind of, people were calling me, send me a message, Deborah, what is this? I was like, yay. So it means I have all these people like looking at me and all that.
Of course.
People were commenting and saying I was a since then, like I'm very, very careful of the kind of things I even post on my stats. Because I feel like sometimes people watch you and they don't even comment, but they will come to your DM and then they will send you a message. And I had a fellow woman or a fellow colleague of mine who is a female also coming speaking to me but it was nothing serious. So it should tell you that even though women support women, but when I'm doing something but you tell me when you're doing something wrong, I also tell you. It is in a way supporting the person. If you're supporting the person, does not mean that if the person is doing the wrong thing, then you see the person do it and you'll be pushing the person, you are giving the person vim to do it. No. Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajimai, if you see her track record, why are there? I've seen a lot of people saying when she was the former Minister of Education, she didn't do anything and all that. But at least why be someone who was the Vice Chancellor of, I think she was the Vice Chancellor of Legon. And she tell you that Wabwe Juma,
University of Ghana.
University of Ghana. If her track records are not good, I'm not sure President Mahama will go and pick her as a Vice President. She is now the former Vice President. Some time ago, we even said that she's kind of Dao Kakra. But when you're doing good, we will still say that she's doing perfectly well. Yes, that is a way supporting ourselves. So with Adjust support, it's a no. She can vie for other positions, but as a vice president, that is a whole tax. You cannot go outside and leave the work for Baumia. A burden. That'll be a heading to that. So don't come and western it. Kojo Ponkruma is not bad. He was the former minister of information.
The reason I'm laughing is because when this whole Buhari and rumor came out that Kojo Oponkruma wish or is lobbying to be the vice president, someone said if they don't know and they bring him, he's going to vote 10 times against the party.
You get it? So I feel like you see all these people they are bringing they are bringing on board with the intention of vying to be the vice president. They've all hold position before. And your track record is there. Why not bring in someone new? Someone new which we don't know.
A fresh
face with fresh ideas. Because if you bring in someone we already know, with the person having a track record, a burden. Don't forget that Baumi already have his track record though, and people have pinned it down. So right now, I believe you should go in for a vice who have a clean track record to support the current flag bearer. Yes, sir. 2028, me, I can't be consoling anybody. I can't be doing that. So all these people, I think the best person will be Kwabena Kwabena Japan, right? He's also part.
Yeah.
He will be the right person for the vice president. That one is quite good.
Why do you think
Former General Secretary of the party, he has a clean track record. Oh, it's true. I think some time ago he was even suspended from the party together with Paul Afoko from the MPP party. Yes. and then he came back. Right. Party no one joining bill, but he came back. So she tell you that he have good intentions for the party. I would rather go in for Kwabena than any of the rest. No question mark.
Question mark. SMP. Messagina. Looking at these people we've mentioned so far, should in case it's true, let's just assume it's true and let's assess these personalities. What do you think?
Okay, so first off, Napo, we've seen what he can do, we've seen what he can say, disrespecting legacies, disrespecting first president of the nation, and also saying things he's not supposed to say, passing derogatory comments and all that. I would say a no. But when it comes to Kwabena Ejapon, I would agree with Ms. Debbie that he's the perfect and best candidate, because I've not heard of anything bad.
Right.
Of all the candidates on the NPP primaries, you can at least mention the 10 sins of each of them. But when it comes to Kwabena Ejapon, I've not heard anything about him, yes. And for Adrasafo, as Ms. Debbie also said, she neglecting her constituent to travel abroad, to chill, and to the point of she getting someone to impersonate her in parliament. That issue also became a whole lot of brouhaha and all that. Yes. So I would say Kwabena Ejapon, amongst all these three, he's the best candidate to stand as the vice president.
President. He also mentioned, is it Osei Bonsu?
Osei Chairman Sambo. The former minority leader for the NPP. Well, that man...
Majority. Back then they were majority.
But when he was a former...
He was a majority leader.
Majority leader for the NPP. That's right. He also, I shouldn't see anything bad from his side. Later will you see him coming out to talk. Once in a while you see him in an interview, and I feel like he's very particular with the kind of stations he grants interviews for. One of the common stations I've been seeing him has to do with City, where they've been granting him interview and all that. But he also, I don't really know much, but then I feel like I've not heard anything bad about Chairman Sabosu. Even when he was a majority leader, he wasn't doing like how Afenyo Makin is doing. Then Afenyo was his make I say deputy and a vice.
He was part of it.
He was the vice of Chairman, deputy majority leader. Then Afenyo was the deputy. Okay, but you wouldn't even see Chairman Sabonsu coming out, confronting people and all that. No. But like, rare will you see him doing such things. So for him, well, he might be, because I've not heard of any track record of him that says that he's involved into this, into that. Although I've heard speculations that he has endorsed some people in the party and is part of the people who brought up the decision of changing the bottom to the top, this thing that the NPP did recently. Yes. So aside that, so in a way, he might fit.
Right. But at this point, right after the NPP have elected their flag bearer, should this be their priority? As in, looking in a way to, bring up a vice president, or elect a vice president for Mahmoud Bawumia at this juncture?
Well,
don't you think that should,
for me, it should be like next year?
Next year.
I think right now they should rather focus on how to unite the party, because I've seen yesterday, I don't know whether you saw video where Stephen Amoa, Kennedy Japon's went to congratulate Bawumia and all that. It's a signal positive result. Okay, so I feel like what they should focus right now is uniting the party. That is the best thing. And for now, they should just restrain themselves from appearing too much on social media. Even if you are called for an interview, know how to talk. Simple. And that's it. And then from next year, people who are vying to be the vice president should be doing that without making noise. We should only get to know it later next year. But I feel it's not going to happen. The NPP, I know, will not do that.
Right. Miss Gina,
Yeah.
you think it's too early to even be thinking of looking for a vice president? Why am I saying vice president as if the man has already been elected as the president?
In a way, he's the president for NPP for now.
Yeah, for now.
So I would say it's not too early since they were able to choose a president. Now vice president now too early. It's not too early. Yeah, it's their priority. Said there also be iron from bottom to from throat to bottom. I would say it's not too early. It's not too early.
It's not too early. Anyway, they are can-do people.
Oh, yeah.
But people are also saying that they shouldn't be celebrating too much. Because as it stands now, they don't even know what to say. Because it looks like NDC is doing everything. And the people are comfortable. So right now, they should be way ahead of this current administration. Looking forward to a concrete campaign message to give to the people. What do you say to that? Do you agree with the people saying such things, Ms. Gina?
Yes, because I would say this current administration is doing very well. 100%, they are doing well because compared to the 8 years we saw and compared to this 1.5 year we are seeing, they are doing very, very well. And also looking at the in fact, the campaign messages, they are already bringing it. Because Baumia said you take us to Israel.
So far, that's the only one that is staying on top of mind of people.
So, sorry to say, we have youth in Ghana here who are struggling. Then you come out to tell us that you take Christians to your friend is Israel, like how Muslims are going to Mecca to pray. Like, sorry to say, it doesn't make sense. And I don't think that he has people who advise him, because trust me, if all these leaders in MPP had sat down and looked through whatever message he was bringing out, they would have definitely cancelled that out. Because away dear. So for them to get the interest of the people or the thought of the people again, they need to make sure they bring a concrete manifesto message. And it's not a DJI message. We don't want that. It's not Israel message. We don't want that. It's not Moche and some public toilets. And we don't want that. So please, Sisi Ano make us say all the youth are now DBs. Let's put it that way. So if we are DBs,
don't let my destiny help run for me. I'm not a DB.
Okay, so I'll say DB with Orienfoba features. Let me put it that way. So imagine we are all DBs and you are approaching us. You have to give us strategic message because any BB can now be better yasun. Yeah, so they need to be very strategic with it.
Ms. Debbie.
Yeah, so I feel like for now the NPP should, for me, they shouldn't bring out any policy, but they should rather focus on the policies they brought on board and they were not able to complete it.
That one rather?
Yes.
Like the agenda 111?
Yes.
The one they should one factory?
Yes. For me,
the $1 million for one constituency, one village, one dam.
The key one, like the agenda 111 hospitals and the one district, one factory. I feel like they should focus on it.
They come to complete it.
Yes, they should complete it.
So we should vote for them so that they'll complete it.
Who is going to vote for them?
So that's it.
So as it stands now, it's just as if they are lost of ideas. So I'm just helping them out. Yes, because
they should just tell us, don't give us good. They should do,
because whatever you say, Mama is doing it. It's over there. Yeah. So I feel like now they need someone very. I'm sorry, I'm
sensible.
Not. Thank you. I'm not saying that they are not sensible, but they need someone very sensible and intelligent.
I get it.
To bring up ideas that are far. I mean, more than what the NDC is doing.
Punchlines.
That is how you can convince the people, because trust me, you've already brought one to me and yet two one to me and completely. So don't go and bring any policy be a one to me. Yes, simple. I'm sure this opposition should teach them some lessons, and they should put the right things in place. By now, Baumia shouldn't be telling us that he's sending us to Israel. Christians, we don't want to go to Israel. It's different from Muslim. I think with the Muslim, that's their Yeah, it's their norm.
And even that one, President Mama even reduced the fee for them.
And no, now also
into
that is what he is also copying. But you forgotten that Christian, we don't need to go to Israel. It's a personal decision. It is not a norm in the Christendom that you need to go to Israel. If you want to go, that is your personal. Maybe that is your faith. You know that when you touch the land,
I don't know.
I don't know.
According to what I've even read, in Israel, they said it's just a few percentage of people there that are Christians.
Yeah.
Into no, share.
It's a holy land,
and I think there are also historic monuments.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that Jesus Christ Israel Bible. So people also go there to as well, like tourism, going to see and then pray. And people have this norm. These people believe that immediately I touch there is a holy ground. Whatever you believe will work for you. And some Kofono, they will not even amount to 50% of Christians. So if you are telling us that you're sending us to Israel, it just doesn't make sense. Achia Mountain is just here. Bring gardens, Achimota Forest and so on. Would them see even your room, you can pray and God will still listen.
Just get a seat.
So a seat, Asan, then God, you kneel down. God sits down, then you kneel in front of the seat. Asan, it is your belief and it will work for you. So for now, MPP, I feel like from now to next year, they should just give themselves a break and they should pinpoint people who attend to the media.
Okay. So, people are also saying that the NDC are going to bring a new face and Baumia has already been marketed. Do you think that really matters? That due to that, there's a probability Baumia will win the elections?
That is what they've got wrong. When I see MPP comparing Baumia to Mahama, no more mystery. Or more mystery because you cannot compare Baumia to Mahama.
No, as in the NDC.
I'll come to that.
Right.
I'm taking it from somewhere. I've seen videos where people are saying that Mahama went into opposition. No one thought Mahama would come into power. No one thought Mahama would become a president, and all of a sudden Mahama became a president. So Baumia also no, don't say that. Because 8 years now, no, they are vice. Any Mahama 4 years now, they are bano. There is a great difference with massive improvement, not what we've seen. Now, coming to what the question you're asking me now, Baumia was the vice president for 8 years. What did he do? 0 out of 100.
And the NDC bringing a new face that we've not experienced.
You've not experienced before, but you've seen the good works of that person.
Which person of the
people that they'll be bringing on board? Definitely.
Or the party.
The people that the NDC party will be bringing on board. You don't know them, but you've seen their good works. So let me break it down for you to see something. I don't know who they are going to bring on board, but I'm just using an example. So let's take Asedun Ketia for example. Asedun Ketia has been in the party for so long. He has been the general secretary for the NDC party. He have done things, so you know him. You know his records. Now, when we take Atoforsen was a member of parliament. His constituents know him very well. He is the finance minister. We know what he's doing. When we bring Sami Jemfi is a member of parliament. He is now the CEO of Godboard. We know what he's doing.
Sami Jemfi is not a member of parliament.
He's not a member of parliament, but he was the communication director for the NDC. For that. He was a communication director for the NDC. And now he has been appointed as the CEO for Godboard. So, you don't know him, saying, what is new face about this? It's not a new face.
Right. I think what will be a plus for the NDC is that, so our party came into power and we brought John Mahama. This is what we've done. So what is the assurance that if we bring this person, the person cannot work? So looking at what our party did when we came into power.
That is why when you're being given a nod to lead, you do well, because when you lay the foundation well, whatever comes after you have a smooth sail. So when you look into a family where everyone is a doctor, they've already leveled the ground. To go into that field is not difficult because connection and everything is there. Obey the kind, they pave the way. So you come in and it's so easy for you. So see, if President Mahama improve like what he's doing, when they should continue till 4 years, it
will be difficult.
It will be difficult for the MPP, Papa. Especially if they are able to solve galamsey and corruption. They're able to draw Kenoforiata back to Ghana. And they're able to retrieve all those monies and ensure that these people are in. come on, forget it all. Whoever will come is going to sell or get the massive support because of the good works of Mahama. Bawumia is coming on the ticket of Akufo-Addo. Don't forget that. He is coming to sell himself based on what Akufo-Addo did. What did he do? That is a question for us. Or a question thrown to the citizens themselves.
But let me ask this. Don't you think that if Bawumia should market himself well, there's a probability Ghanaians will also vote for him? The reason I'm saying this is because previously, when President John Dramani Mahama came into power, when there was Doomsaw and a whole lot, I mean, he lost woefully. And I learned in the history of Ghana, no president has failed like that. But looking at President John Dramani Mahama's first term, with him and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and looking at his failures, nobody even thought that President Mahama would even be voted for and elected again to be a president. Would you say that it's because they marketed him well? That is why Ghanaians were also buying to that, or due to his track record? Because mind you, there was doom so when President Mahama was there. Ms. Regina, Anna.
Okay. So you are talking about marketing.
Branding. Yes.
Okay. So Bawumia, marketing, branding, and fact. The main reason you made an example. The main reason why we voted for John Dramani Mahama was because of the past administration. What they were doing to us. Mind you, Bawumia was a contributing factor to whatever mess was being contributed to the economy. And aside your friend is Nana Addo, and then the term no, it has already expired. So the next person in line was Bawumia. And Bawumia was also there when Nana Addo was doing whatever he was doing. Mind you, Oyene Minka's a chairperson and as a vice president, or Tininsa Benkum, and now all the right hand man. And to me, Chame say, the Nana Addo, you as the vice president, you don't have any idea what he's doing. You have an idea. That is why we voted for John Dramani Mahama. So Intiyan says Nana Addo did very well. If Nana Addo did very, very, very well, to the extent Bawumia was also doing what he was supposed to do as a vice president, we would have voted for Dr. Bawumia. We wouldn't have voted for Mahama. And to the brand media forgets. You can do whatever branding, you can do whatever communication. I want to make an example. Not say that is who Bawumia is. But when we look at a pig will be drying a said dang. At the end of the day, he's still a pig with a giant. I don't know how bru. So Dr. Bawumia, he should forget. 2028, they've elected him as the flag bearer, but that doesn't mean that he's the president. He should forget. Oh yeah,
full chest.
Obi
say even if they break the empty umbrella with nobody under it,
NDC will still win.
NDC will still win.
And you say I don't like the fact that you sit here and tell me that Mahama woefully failed in his first term.
Not failed, but lost the election.
Okay, na mantini because if we vote, you see the reason I was saying that when she was saying something, people voted Mahama out because they felt like he wasn't doing well. But when they experienced the MPP's 8 years, they realized that even the 4 years now ban was better than the 8 years. That is why we brought him back.
At least
because someone who continued the legacy of the late Atta Mills, E-blocks. Papaya and Nyashu cry, he was able to build E-block in various districts. My district got what's the name? Day community day school, and it really helped people. So Mahama did massively well in his first term. The NPP is just there for propaganda. So when they tell you that Mahama woefully failed, it's a lie. The doomsday that came was just a hitches associated with his government, and he solved it even before leaving power. Does that mean that when the NPP came, we didn't experience doomsday? We did.
They said we should do our time.
We did. They even gave us timetable. So please, no one should make that statement again because it's a big error.
Napo said, if you think you're experiencing themselves, please do your own timetable.
That is what he said.
Hey, Napo. And now you want to be vice president after all you said to us.
In his dreams.
Oh,
that would be very, very difficult. So with the MPP,
we wish them well.
As usual.
Let's see who will be coming up, and let's see in the coming days.
We are here.
We are here. We are here.
Come
there. It will come. Come there and send me back.
Like the prophecy they've given.
Oh,
it will come.
It will come
in the future.
We are waiting. Thank you so much, my ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. We will zoom straight into the second segment of the show right after the break.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your
Are
morning
you
companion.
ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
You are tuned into your favorite online radio station, GhanaTalks Radio. This is the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on X at GhanaTalks Radio, and on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio. Join in the conversation. Let's have a very interactive one. As you know it, this is the second segment of the show, and at the second segment, we come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to dive into the issues and share their informed perspectives on relevant matters that matter to you every morning right here on the show. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
I am your host, Ruth Esenamfiagbedu. You're also someone what?
Okay, from Isakina, the Amasaman constituency.
Right. It looks like Mr. Okan wants to be my co-host today. So we have Mr. Okan in the studio with us, Mr. Samuel Okan, the NDC Regional Communications team member. Good morning, Mr. Okan.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm fine. I love your shades, your spectacles.
Thank you.
I think you were here last week.
No.
You were not here last week?
No, last week I wasn't here.
You were not here? Oh, okay.
It was last 2 weeks rather.
Last 2 weeks rather.
Before the MPP internal elections.
Oh, yeah.
Said they are just going to violate Article 42, which they have done. Because I told you that any of the leaders they are going to select is just a violation of the Article 42 of the 1992 Constitution.
And what is the
Constitution says that before you can vote as a citizen of Ghana, you have to be a citizen first. Second, you have to be 18 years. And then the last one is you should be of a sound mind. A sound mind doesn't mean you are mad or something, but your ability to make analytical assessment and to make an informed decisions. And you have to make a sound judgment as well. But comparing the achievements of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the current economic outlook we are seeing today, any person who fails to make those analyses and then you are unable to select any other person than the one that was responsible for the economic chaos we experienced during 2017 and 2024 is the best person you can vote for, then clearly you have failed to make an informed decision. You have failed to make a good judgment. So that is my assessment. Even though I am not surprised they selected him, because if you look at the way the entire MPP party machinery was behind him, it was obvious that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was going to win the election. So I am not surprised.
You're not surprised.
I was expecting it to happen, and it has happened just as I expected it to be.
I guess the NDC will also be preparing for theirs as well, because last week we saw a press conference from the National Secretary on the party's reorganization.
Yeah.
And the NDC intends to take the normal route they take, which is the bottom to top approach.
In fact, the decision of we going the same way the MPP went has not come, but per the documents available, we are going to start from the branch.
Yeah. So the bottom to the top.
From the bottom to the top. We are going to start our branch registration 10th February. And then it is going to end somewhere in March. Then we will go for constituency executive body elections. Then I think parliamentary and then presidential aspirant elections. So that is how ours is going to be.
It's going to be. Right. But they said that during the press conference, they mentioned that if you aspire to hold a government position, you should resign 6 months ahead. Do you think that is fair?
I don't know your definition of fairness. But to me, I think it is okay.
You think it's okay?
Yeah, because any person that contests for a political position contest in the name of working for the party. That is your primary motive, that you wanted to work for the party. Unless the parliamentary candidates or the MPs who contest with the mentality that they want to go to parliament and represent their people. But apart from that, if you have contested to be an organizer, you are not an organizer for Ghana, you are an organizer for NDC. If you contest to be a secretary, you are a secretary for the NDC. So your primary objective is to work for the party. So I think it is ideal and it is appropriate that if you want to hold a party position, you need to resign from your government office. Because today when you go to some of the party offices, most of the executives have been appointed into government positions. And for that matter, the party, to me, doesn't function properly in some of the constituencies where majority of the people have taken government positions. Because let us assume you are the organizer for the party, and as an organizer you have taken a government position. The workload will be too much that definitely you have to forgo one and attend to one. So it is either you be concentrated on your work as a government appointee, or you concentrate on the work as a party organizer. But in the end, definitely the person must concentrate on the government work, because at the end of the day we want to move Ghana forward. So you can't leave your office and be working for the political party. So I think it is prudent that if national chairman says that if you want to hold any position in the party, it will be appropriate that you resign from your government office, so that you have that kind of full time for the party work. So I think that decision is not a bad decision.
You think it's not a bad decision?
It's not a bad decision.
Well, he mentioned that one man, no job. One man, no chop. So it's not a bad decision at all. If you want to hold.
If he says one man, no chop, it doesn't mean chopping. Appointment or chopping government resources or something of that sort. But you cannot hold government office and hold political party office.
We get it.
Meanwhile, there are other people who also want to work for the party. Or if you want to work for the party, there are other qualified people who also want to work in the office that you are occupying. So if we have people there, qualified people who can work either for government or for the party, and one person is occupying two positions, it doesn't really sound well.
It doesn't really sound well. Right. That was from Mr. Okine. Mr. Okine, the NDC communications team member, joining us right here in the studio. We are going to look at some important news and relevant issues that have come up. Now, for what has been trending, I think, since yesterday in the afternoon, that has to do with the change of name of our airport from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So the government has announced plans to rename Ghana's main airport, which is Kotoka International Airport, to Accra International Airport. Majority Leader Ayariga said the change will be done through a law that the Minister for Transport will present to Parliament. The renaming follows calls for some members of the public and civil society who argue that the current name honors General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, a key figure in the 1966 coup, and does not reflect Ghana's democratic values. How do you feel about the change of name?
Oh, actually, I grew up to hear the name Kotoka International Airport.
Right.
Until I started reading before I realized certain things about that name. You see, that airport initially was not Kotoka International Airport, and that is what we all have to accept. That airport was a military airfield used by the British during the Second World War, which took place between 1939 and 1945. So it was completely a military base. So after the Second World War, in 1956, that site was handed over to the government of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah was the leader of government business at that time. So in 1956, Kwame Nkrumah launched the transformation of the then military airfield into a commercial airport. And the design was to take about 500,000 passengers in a year. So he named that place Accra International Airport. The project was completed in 1958, and it was named Accra International Airport.
Mr. Okine, if I'm getting your submission, you mean so formally it was Accra International Airport?
Yes.
And they had to change it again.
Initially,
I think that was decades ago.
Very good. After the transformation from a military airfield into an international airport in 1958, the name given to that place was Accra International Airport. But something happened, and then the name was changed, and the place was named after Mr. Emmanuel Kotoka, who happens to be a military officer in the National Liberation Council.
Right. Do you have any insight to what actually happened for them to change the name from Accra to Kotoka?
Very good. You see, in our politics or in Ghana, changing historical monuments, the names of historical monuments, to suit certain situations or to glorify certain people has become excessive in recent times.
Wow.
You see, within a period of 3 years during Nado Danko Ekufuado's time, many monuments names were changed,
especially universities.
Yes. If you look at University of Energy and Natural Resources, it was named after Mr. Kofi Ebrifa Buzia. If you look at University of Development Studies, Navrongo Campus, it was named after C.K. Tedem. and it followed on and on. What happened was that 1966, Kwame Nkrumah became a leader of government business in 1957. When we gained our independence, he became a prime minister. Because at that time, the British powers still exist. So he was a prime minister until 1960, when we gained a full Republican status.
Right.
In 1966, his government was overthrown by a military coup d'etat. The name of the group was the National Liberation Council.
Okay.
And Mr. Emmanuel Kutuka was an instrumental person. In fact, he was part of the group of people who overthrew the Nkrumah's government at that time, in 1966. After the Nkrumah's government was overthrown in 1966, there was another coup attempt. I don't know if you have heard this in our history before. Say abortive coup. Abortive coup.
What is that?
It happened in 1967.
Under whose regime? Is it under?
Yes, at that time the National Liberation Council was the regime.
Yeah.
The reason why that coup also cropped up was because there were these junior officers who felt that the strategy, the manner, and the how the Nkrumah government was overthrown was inappropriate and unacceptable.
Right.
So they also decided to stage a coup against the National Liberation Council. But it failed because the senior commanders of the Ghana Armed Forces were loyal to the Kutuka regime. They were loyal to the National Liberation Council regime. So they were able to defend the government from that coup. So the 1967 coup failed. And one of the persons who helped to defend the National Liberation Council in 1967 was Emmanuel Kutuka.
Okay.
But unfortunately for him, he died in the process in an attempt to defend the National Liberation Council, which was the governing party at that time. So he died in 1967 in an attempt to defend the National Liberation Council.
Okay.
That abortive coup was led by three gentlemen. One, Mr. Moses Yeboah. He was a lieutenant at that time. And then Samuel Benjamin Atta was also a lieutenant at that time. And then second lieutenant also helped. Second lieutenant, let me get the name for you. Osei Upoku also helped to overthrow the National Liberation Council with the mentality that the manner and the how they overthrew the Nkrumah government was unacceptable and inappropriate.
Right.
But unfortunately, they didn't succeed. But the National Liberation Council handed over power to the Progress Party in 1969. So upon handing over power to the Progress Party in 1969, that is Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia and then Mr. Edward Ekufuado, our ex-president's father, in 1969, they decided to change the name of Kotoka International Airport from Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport, just because Mr. Emmanuel Kotoka was an instrumental member in the National Liberation Council.
Okay.
So I am of the view that even if we have to change a historical monument's name, if we have to change a name of an iconic project and name it after somebody, we shouldn't name that project after somebody who was instrumental in eliminating a president who was good to the people of Ghana.
Right.
Today, as we are speaking, there are a lot of achievements of Nkrumah that we still remember. So if we should name the Kotoka International Airport after somebody, I think the ideal person that we have to name it after must be Dr. Kwame Nkrumah instead,
but not Accra.
Yes. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about when it was changed in 1969.
Right.
If there was somebody that the Kotoka International Airport was supposed to be named after, it was supposed to be named after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in 1960. But they jumped Kwame Nkrumah and they rather named it after somebody who was instrumental in the elimination of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's government. We live in a country where we don't pray that there should be a coup d'etat. We are now in a democratic dispensation, and hoping for a coup d'etat is a no-go area for every Ghanaian, which I know for sure. Every day, when people get frustrated, you hear some of your friends making demands of a military regime. But I don't agree. I am always of the belief that if democracy cannot be the solution to our problems as a country, then automatically a military regime can equally not be the solution to our problem. So if we are naming our projects after people who have taken part in coup d'etat, which today we don't accept, then why should we accept that such people's name should be named, or some certain project, some important projects should be named after people who have orchestrated such atrocities to iconic figures in the Republic of Ghana? So I think they named that airport after Kotoka simply because of he being instrumental in the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in 1966. So Kotoka died in 1967, and then 1969 power was handed over to the Progress Party. The Progress Party ruled Ghana from 1969 to 1972. And they were also the Progress Party was also overthrown by the National Redemption Council, Ignatius Kutu Echampong. They overthrew the governance of the Progress Party, and they took over power from 1972. So one, you see, we live in a country, like I said, that nobody is wishing for a military regime anymore.
Oh no, not.
And if we are to name our project after people, we need to look at people who have contributed positively towards our national development, people who have contributed positively towards our independence struggle. But if you look at the story I've given you right now, but the only thing that made Mr. Kotoka an iconic figure was the attempt to defend the National Liberation Council from being overthrown by the 1967 coup leaders.
So in short, we will say that is the only good thing we will know him for.
Apart from that, if you also know any good thing that
Kotoka did,
you can also bring it across so that we discuss it. But per history, that is what is there.
That is what is there.
And nobody can challenge that.
Right. So if we knew all of these others, why then name such a huge place? Let me say, the airports. People going and coming, obviously they are going to see the name, and people are very curious and very inquisitive, and they would like to know as to how the name came about, and they get to hear the backstory of it, and they know that it was actually a man who got himself involved in a coup to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. Don't you think that this should have actually been done long time ago?
Yeah, it should have been done long time ago. But I am of the belief that there is time for
There's time for everything.
And as a country going forward, you see, I am happy that it has now been renamed after Accra. Looking at the President Mohammed's vision for the Greater Accra. You see, name is very important. Today, as you are sitting there, people see you and they call you by your name.
By my name.
Now, if somebody travels to Ghana, what the person sees is Kotoka International Airport.
Exactly.
A curious person may ask, what is the meaning of Kotoka International
Airport?
What economic value does it add to the Ghana's development agenda? Who is that Kotoka as a person? That the project has been named after. So I think in order for us to gain value for money on the airport, it will only be prudent that we name it after Accra, because Accra is the city, is the capital.
It's the capital city of Ghana.
And so therefore, in fact, initially, before the establishment of the Kumasi International Airport and some other airports, Accra was the only gateway to Ghana. If you want to fly outside Ghana, you have to come to Accra.
You have to come to Accra.
If you want to move from another country and come to Ghana, you enter into Accra before you
exit. Right.
So why don't we market the name of the city that everybody must step in before moving in or out of the country? At least it will place the name of the city on an economic platform. It will market the name of the city on an economic platform where everybody, not necessarily being a Ghanaian alone or an African alone, but worldwide, everybody will hear the name Accra. Because today, as we are speaking, Accra is now the busiest city in Ghana, followed by Kumasi, and Takoradi, and some areas. So if we have a place that is inhabited by people from all walks of life. And then the airport that before you travel in or out of the country is established in that city. Why do we name that airport after somebody who engaged in a coup d'etat, in overthrowing a working government? Do you get my point?
Yes,
Instead
please.
of naming it after the city in which that project was established, because the Kwame Nkrumah himself, who established that project, named it after Accra for a reason. He wanted to elevate Accra to a certain economic exposure. He wanted to give Accra a certain global iconic face, and that is why in his wisdom he named that airport after Accra.
Right.
But unfortunately for us, MPP as a political party, you see, if you look at the political history I've given you, it is the National Liberation Council that metamorphosed into what is called the Progress Party. The Progress Party collapsed in 1972. 1992, MPP came into formation. You can never distance MPP from the Progress Party.
Yeah.
The same way you can never distance the Progress Party from the National Liberation Council. So every day I've been telling people that, look, if we are looking for that political party who has organized series of coup d'etat, every day people have been criticizing J.J. Rawlings for organizing a coup d'etat and all that. It is not true. If you are looking for that political party who has been behind most of the coup d'etat we have experienced in this country, I'll say that it is what? It is the MPP. So MPP as a political party do not have interest in building. They do not have interest in establishing historical monuments. Rather, they are interested in distorting history and naming certain projects after people in their party. If you take somebody like C.K. Tedem, what contributions has C.K. Tedem made towards the University of Development Studies that a campus will be named after him? If
Right.
not for a political mischief, or if not for incompetence or distortion of history, what will motivate somebody to change the name of University of Energy and Natural Resources and name it after Kofi Abdul-Buzia? Look, if you want to know what Mr. Kofi Abdul-Buzia did to Ghana, he was the prime minister at the time when President Nana Akufo-Addo's father, Mr. Edward Akufo-Addo, was the head of state. Their time, almost time na cocoa ship will be a coira nipa need to me beefy, but cocoa no I worship we didn't see it up till now.
Right.
These are people who have committed a lot of economic atrocities to Ghana instead of contributing towards the development agenda laid down by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Right.
So I think it is only prudent that government changes the name and pick the original name which was given to the place by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes, to ensure that the purpose for which that project was established will achieve its fullest potential. Because I don't think that project was only established for economic reasons alone, but for historical purposes and for other reasons. So
Right.
the moment you change the name to another thing, then it means you are trying to distort history. So I think the government of the day has done the right thing by changing the name and then picking the original name
The
which
original
was given
name.
to the project by the person who established that project.
Right.
And I think we have to commend the government for taking us back to our history and letting us know, because I am sure and I'm of the belief that many people didn't know the contribution of Mr. Kotoka until the changing of this name, that now history is
I
now
believe,
coming out.
Yeah, will be brought to light.
Issues are now coming out. People are now trying to expose the negativities of
Kotoka.
Mr. Kotoka.
Yeah.
Apart from he being instrumental in the overthrow of Nkrumah's government in 1966,
Right.
and then dying in an attempt to defend the National Liberation Council in 1967. Maybe it is only MPP who can tell me his other contributions he's made towards the development of Ghana.
Right.
So Kotoka died in 1967, and then the name of the Accra Airport was changed from Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport
To Kotoka International
in
Airport.
1969 in honor of Mr. Emmanuel Kotoka,
Right.
who contributed absolutely nothing to Ghana's development, but was instrumental in eliminating Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You see, you go to some other African countries and they have a statue of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah there.
Mm-hmm.
President Gaddafi has a, let me call it a garment, which has Kwame Nkrumah's picture in it. You go to other African countries like Ethiopia and they will be telling you good things about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Right. So I am of the view that even if it was necessary for us to change the name of Accra International Airport to and then after any person's name, I think it was supposed to be named after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Right.
And not Mr. Emmanuel Kutuka.
And not Mr.
Because he contributed nothing
right
to Ghana's struggle to independence.
Looking at them changing it from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport, do you think the aim was to make it sound nationalistic rather than giving it to, rather than naming the airport after a person? Just as you mentioned that it would rather be okay if they name it after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Is the aim of the name change to make the monument more nationalistic?
You see, that establishes the idea of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Right.
Whatever Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did at his time was not for himself. He did it with the interest of Ghana. Why didn't he name the place after himself when he was alive?
When he was alive.
But he saw that projecting his name instead of projecting Ghana's name was a wrong move.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we were fighting for our economic independence. Even though we gained our political independence in 1957 and then we transformed into a Republican state in 1960. But economically, we were not that free. So in order for us to be economically free, there were certain economic decisions which were supposed to be made by him. And that is why he thought it was only prudent that let me name this iconic project after a city where everybody who travel to Ghana will initially enter. And any person who wants to travel outside Ghana will also pass before he goes. By so doing, Kwame Nkrumah was projecting the name of Accra. And when you project the name of Accra, you are automatically projecting the name of Ghana. Because everybody knows that Accra is the capital city of Ghana. So when you mention Accra, you are mentioning Ghana. When you mention Ghana, you are mentioning Accra. But if you mention Kotoka, you are just mentioning a political party figure, which does not necessarily add anything to the economic value of Ghana. So I think the idea behind the name, the project being named after Accra was for economic reasons and for nationalistic reasons and not for any other political purpose.
Right.
So it was only bad and it was a sad situation that the name was changed from Accra International Airport
to Kotoka International Airport.
But we thank God that today the original name has been
So this particular bill is set to be sent to Parliament for them to pass it into a bill. It looks like some people accept, some people don't accept. Yesterday I watched an interview where Kojo Oppong Nkrumah was saying that he backs the decision of the majority to change the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. Whereas I also saw an interview where Afenyo Makin has also opposed the government's plan to rename the Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. And then he passed some comments that I want to read out and ask your view on it. So he said, all these years we have had General Kotoka's name on the airport, and suddenly it's been changed. The name Kotoka International Airport, Accra, is already there, so you don't need to remove Kotoka's name, he said. So he questioned the rationale behind the move, arguing that the name represents one of the few national recognitions linked to the Volta region. How many prominent Voltarians have their names on national assets or monuments? That was the question he asked. This is the only thing the people of Volta can also see as something that recognizes heroism from the Volta region, and they are being denied. He added that successive governments had retained the name and accused current NDC leaders from the Volta region of remaining silent on the issue. He said Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Nelson Dapamakbo, NDC General Secretary Fifi Kote, and Foreign Affairs Minister Okujetu Ablakwa, First Deputy Speaker Bernard Ahiafo. They are from Volta. They are in government and they are watching the voter lose its pride. These were some of the comments Afenyo Markin passed when he was asked if he supports the change of name from Kotoka to Accra. This is what he said. Have we gotten to a point where we have to politicize this as well? Or maybe affiliated to ethnicity simply because the person is a Votarian?
You see, that man, our minority leader, is been known for that. He's trying to mix tribalism to politics. But I will say that his demand is a needless demand. You see, when we say a national hero, it is not just anybody that can be described as a national hero. The mere fact that you come from voter region doesn't make you a national hero. And the mere fact that you belong to a certain political fraternity doesn't make you a national hero. All national heroes have contributed in a way towards their national development or their national struggles.
Right.
If you mention a name like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, today we use Temamoto Way. Look at the time Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, 1966. But till today, there are certain things he did for the people of Ghana that we can still see them. We still have the importance of them. We still enjoy them as a people. Look at Independence Square. We still use it, both for ceremonial functions and then for commercial purposes, because private people go there, rent the place, pay money, government generates revenue from there and all that. So if we want to name projects after heroes and even want to introduce tribal politics into it, we must consider the caliber of the person that we are naming the project after. That is why he said, let us shift the conversation from the broader perspective of Kotoka being an Ewe to his contribution towards Ghana's development, towards Ghana's struggle. What were his contributions? His only contribution was helping to eliminate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, somebody who was having the vision not only for Ghana, but the independence of the entire African continent. Somebody that other African countries worship. And we are here praising those who rather eliminated him. And today we have a minority leader who, for the purpose of his love for his party, who for the purpose of the love for the history behind the formation of his political party, believes that that project must be named after a person, hiding behind tribal colors. I think he's just trying to be smart with that demand. With the idea that majority of the Votarians are NDC affiliates. So let me say this, so that the Votarians will know that even your party people are not ready to celebrate your heroes.
But do you think that this could actually cause chaos or even division to this issue?
No, it has no tendency of causing division or chaos.
Looking at the comments he's making,
no, not at all. You see, any Votarian who is an NDC person may know, or at the end of the conversation will know the history behind
Kotoka,
the name Kotoka, and why the airport was named after Kotoka. If you know the history and you begin to understand the history, then you begin to question yourself, what am I worshipping as a hero? Who am I worshipping as a national hero?
Right.
In fact, looking at the contribution of this particular person and even linking it to the voter region as a region in Ghana who loves Ghana so dearly, is it really okay? Is it really prudent that we support such a name from among us to be named after a huge project like that? Looking at what he did, this is the man who helped to eliminate somebody who struggled, who led the struggle for our independence. So if such a man is from your family or your tribe, and then today when we are writing the person's history, the only thing we can write is he helped to eliminate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And you will not look at the negative aspect of the action of the person, but you rather base on the fact that Kojo Nkrumah says that we are eroding the voter heroes from the political history of Ghana. And you fall for it. Then I will say that you really have to take your time and understand the political history of Ghana and how Ghana became Ghana. And I am of the belief that no Votarian is going to get angry about this development. Knowing the contributions of Mr. Kutuka towards Ghana's development.
Right. And this is from Asifwa. He says renaming Kotoka International Airport is useless, baseless, and a waste of taxpayers' money. What can you say to his comment?
You see, we live in a system where people want to be heard. People always want to be heard. So whenever there is an issue, let me say something. Let me capitalize on it so that I'll be heard. These are people that we need them to contribute towards national economic discussions. What do we see? They don't contribute. We have a lot of issues going on in this country that we need their concerns. We need their ideas on board, but they don't contribute. How does changing a name from Kotoka to Accra International Airport cost the taxpayer?
Exactly.
That is one question. Now, if he accepts that changing a name from Accra International, from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport has a way of costing the taxpayer some amount of money, then they should come out with the amount of money they spent on changing names of universities and names of other historical monuments after their party leaders. If they cannot come out and tell us the amount they spent on changing those names, clearly they don't have the moral and the economic right to even complain. At the end of the day, the name has not been changed into Mohammed's name, neither any NDC guru's name, but it has changed into a city's name, a city that we all want to project.
Exactly.
A city that if you even travel to your hometown, let's say you go on Friday for a funeral, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you are in hurry to what? To come back. So such a city, if a big project like an airport has been named after such a city, I don't think it is a problem.
You don't think it's a
problem? I think the economic value or the economic impact that we are going to get from the current changing of Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport will be far more than the cost Mr. Sefwa is trying to say that we will incur as a state. So clearly, if they want to talk about it, then they should come and tell us the amount they spent on changing almost every historical monument name and naming them after their party leaders.
Right. So I believe through your submission, you've already accepted the fact that they are changing the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. But apart from that, if you were to suggest any other name they can give to the Kotoka International Airport apart from Accra International Airport, would you suggest a name, or it could be anything? What would you say?
I say you Accra.
Yes.
Adibia yebia no na ade na hyase na no yetu ne din, we give it a name. When you give your child a name. Some people put up their houses and they name it Emmanuel Villa. You hear those things.
Exactly.
That is the original name the establisher or the framer of that project and decided say or the better so with onwankasa new reasons. So if I want to suggest any name apart from the Accra International Airport, which was suggested or which was used by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, I'll be politically biased. What else? What name again can I suggest apart from the original name which was given to the place?
Right.
In Kwame Nkrumah's wisdom, who wanted to fight for our economic independence, has his own reasons for naming that project after Accra. So I think it is only good and perfect that we will go back to the original name which was given to the project by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and no any other name. Because even if I should suggest, I will suggest Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But the issue is that he, the person who established the project, didn't put his name on it
for
reasons known to him alone. So if I should suggest today that it should be named after him, then I'm moving from an economic tangent to a political mischief. So I think we adopting the original name of the place is only prudent.
It's only prudent and perfect. And that was from Mr. Samuel Okine. He's in agreement with majority that the name of our airport should be changed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. What do you also think? Do you also agree with it, that it should be changed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport, or better still, should be named after someone or a person, or it could be anything at all? We are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on X at GhanaTalks Radio, and on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio. Log on and let's get it interactive. Right, let's move on to our next topic. So Parliament resumed yesterday, and before Parliament will resume yesterday, as you know it, our people in their press conference, they are back again. So yesterday, before Parliament resumed, they held a press conference and they raised a lot of issues. We are just going to look at a few key issues they raised. So they mentioned appeal for greater inclusivity in parliamentary proceedings. So the minority leader, Alexander Afenyomarkin, used the briefing to publicly appeal to the majority to allow more space for the minority to participate meaningfully in parliamentary business as the House resumes. He emphasized that motions and contributions from the minority were frequently declined during the previous section, leading to frustration and limiting the minority's role in national debates. So the key point Afenyomarkin is raising is that the minority wants the Speaker and majority side to admit more on their motions and give them more chances to speak on floor. I know you to be a very intellectual person, and I believe you follow parliament proceedings as well. Do you see it as such that the majority do not, or they decline, or they sideline the views of the minority? In as much as they even have 2/3, whatever they bring on board, they are still going to have the majority votes. But do you see it as such that they've been declining in Parliament?
Maybe that is their observation. But for me, I don't see the majority attempting to sideline the minority in any way. Why am I saying that? You see, in every democratic dispensation, majority carries the vote, but the view of the minority must also be respected. What does it tell you? It means that per our 1992 constitution, there are certain responsibilities that are required of a minority group in parliament. But you see, the current minority group we have in parliament are not doing the national interest business. They are doing their party's interest business.
Oh, that's how you say it?
Yes. And it will be only okay if they can tell their followers the truth. We live in a country where all political parties want to ship their people in line and prove to their people that, oh, we are working. But at the end of the day, those that voted for you to represent them in parliament, they voted for you to represent them in parliament to have economic changes in their lives.
Right.
They voted for you to represent them to have certain issues discussed on their behalf.
On their behalf.
They voted for you to go to parliament to go and discuss their grievances.
Their grievances, their problems.
On the floor of parliament.
Exactly.
And so when you get to parliament and you decide to do the bid of the party on which ticket you stood and subsequently entered into parliament, this is how you end up talking, or this is how you end up seeing things. You see, right from the formation of the NDC government in 2025, the minority adopted a certain name. They called themselves the mighty minority, painting a picture to their followers that even though we are small, but we are capable of what? Doing the work. And when you say something is mighty, given that parliament is always a place where numbers play a crucial role. The moment you give yourself name mighty, then it means you have accepted that you have the numbers.
You have the numbers.
You can't call yourself mighty and later come on the public domain and then be crying for inclusivity. When you do that, you are contradicting yourself. Because I don't see how a mighty minority will now cry to be included in decision making. Secondly, I have never witnessed an occasion where the minority group in parliament will be sidelined. It is either they themselves decide not to be part, or they boycott.
They walk out.
So I don't see any. I don't see any common sense in the demand. They are making. Let me put it that way. I don't see any sense in the demand they are making. Look, in March, 3rd March, 4th March 2025, the President Mahama administration organized the National Economic Dialogue, which our minority group was supposed to attend. They refused to go on the grounds that the NDC administration wanted to use that platform to paint a picture to the Ghanaian people that the Akufo-Addo government failed the people of Ghana, and so therefore they don't want to be part. But after that economic dialogue, the MPP communicators, MPP MPs, and their leaders have always taken part in economic debates on TVs, TikTok, and everywhere. A minority that claims that today it is their idea that President Mahama is using to govern the country, and so therefore all the economic achievements we are seeing today, the economic progress we are making as a country, is as a result of their idea. How then do you come and say that I am not being heard? If you are not being heard, how then did your idea got into the government working strategies that you claim your idea is what is being used to transform the economic outlook of Ghana? A minority that declined an invite to an orientation. You see, after every election, when parliament is constituted, they organize an education for the new parliamentarians. This current minority, they declined the invite that the program was going to be organized in the Volta region, and in their mind, it is going to give the NDC as a political party an advantage over the MPP. So they won't attend. And truly, they never attended. And new MPs who were supposed to be part of that education platform and learn how parliamentary proceedings go on, they were rather on the appointment committee, and they were parking chairs at that time. This man that you just read his statement, Mr. Asafwa, yes, he was the class captain of those people who were parking chairs during the appointment period. So the only demand that I have heard the minority makes, that was not heard by the majority or by government, was the vetting. They demanded that the vetting of the Chief Justice, Mr. Bafoboni, be delayed on the grounds that there is an issue about Madam Gertrude Tokon.
There are pending issues.
There are pending issues concerning the outgoing Chief Justice, and so therefore we should delay the vetting of Mr. Bafoboni. But ask yourself, at a time when a country of 34 million without a substantive Chief Justice, and we had a minority in Parliament whose demand was to delay the vetting of the Chief Justice because there is a pending issue concerning a woman that they believe that has done nothing wrong to the Constitution of Ghana. And then secondly, they also made a demand which was also declined by Parliament. You know, there was a parliamentary delegation to ECOWAS Parliament, and they demanded that the resolution should be reconsidered by Parliament. That was also denied. It was not denied just for denying sake, but it was denied on legal grounds. Like I said, you said you are mighty, you are mighty minority. It means you have the numbers, And when you go to Parliament, Parliament is a place that numbers play a key role. If Parliament wants to pass a resolution, they don't look at faces, they look at numbers. They don't look at political parties, they look at numbers. So if one side of the house can form a quorum that is needed to pass a resolution, as soon as they vote and Parliament grasps the number, or Parliament attain the number that it deserves to make a change, Parliament can make a change without any consultation.
Right.
And it is as simple as that. It is only beautiful that as a country we will consult each other of the house to make certain decisions. But Parliament is a house where numbers are what is being used in any decision making. In fact, when we make a budget and we want to approve the budget, it is by voting. It is not by political colors. It is not by political parties. It is by voting. Do you understand?
Yes,
please. You see, this minority in Parliament have constantly demonstrated that their love for their party is paramount to them
than the interest of Ghanaians.
Than the interest of the country. At a point in time when they were refusing to attend national interest programs, they were sitting on the floor demanding for the release of suspected criminals. At that time, when they were supposed to attend the National Economic Dialogue program, they were calling for the release of people like Chema Wuntimi, and then they were calling for the release of people like Mr. Edubuahene, who the state believes that, or the state thinks they have committed certain crimes towards the state.
Right.
So that is the kind of minority we have in Parliament.
Right.
So the minority has now deviated from their core mandate, and they are doing the MPP bid, and that is why to them they are being sidelined.
Right.
So if they want their issues to be heard, then they should be making prudent suggestions.
Right.
They should be providing alternative policies.
So they also criticize the government for an incoherent approach to social interventions and taxation. They argue that beyond stabling the city through the good board policy, other key programs including agriculture and the 24-hour economy have not shown meaningful progress. They also say the government needs a clearer and a more consistent framework for social policy and taxes if the economy is to improve. These are some of the concerns they raise, or these are some of the criticisms they raise against the government.
That takes me to another demand being made by the MPP, which the government is refusing to grant it. The desire of the minority group in Parliament is to see the President Mahama administration fails, so that their followers will know that, they are doing the work of a minority in Parliament. But as a minority in Parliament, your contribution is to make sure that Ghana grows. Your contribution is to make sure that Ghana thrives, not to feed the minds of your followers that Ghana is not moving forward.
Exactly.
So that in the next elections they will just vote against the party. You see, a political party that believes that an inflation rate of 23.8% is better than 5.4 must not be taken serious.
Then we have a problem as a people.
A minority group that believes that a total debt of around 726 billion is better than 648 billion must not be given that attention. A minority that believes that CD at a rate of 10 CDs is worse than a CD at a rate of 15 CDs must not be taken serious. A minority group that believes that a gallon of fuel at 16 CDs, a liter of fuel at 15 CDs,
is better
is better than a liter of fuel at 10 CDs must not be taken serious. So if the minority want to be heard, if the minority wants their ideas to be considered, then they have to be prudent in their approach. They have to be smart. In fact, they have to offer constructive criticisms that can be considered by government. But to paint a picture to look as if the government is failing, then you come to the public and cry that your issues are not being heard. Why is it that in their statement they were not able to pinpoint some of the suggestions they've made to the government that has not been accepted by the government, but it was just an open statement they made that we are not being heard. If you say you are not being heard, then we, the citizens of the country, we will now do our own assessment and now judge that is it true that this minority is being heard or they are not being heard.
Not.
Because if you look at all the things I've mentioned, these are not things that government must pay attention to. These are things that government must totally ignore. Because if you claim that inflation rate of 5.4 is not good, and the idea that even though we are enjoying inflation rate of 5.4, but the Ghanaian people are still suffering, without providing an alternative policy, as a minority group in parliament, it is your responsibility to always provide alternative policy when you think the policy of the government has will have a negative impact on the people of Ghana. You have to provide an alternative policy. So failure to provide those alternative policy, but only to criticize and make the Ghanaian people think that all the progress we are making as a country is not good, and you want government to listen to you, what exactly are you contributing that you want government to listen to?
Right.
So if they want government to listen to them, they should go back and come again with a national interest approach rather than doing the partisan interest thing and expecting that government should agree with them.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Okayan. That was Mr. Okayan. If the minority want to be heard, they should do the interests of the Ghanaian people, but not the interests of their party. Thank you so much, Mr. Okayan, for that interesting conversation and solid submission you made to the topics that were brought on board. Before we take leave of you, what would you like to say to?
Yeah, I would like to greet my party people, from the president to the last person in the branch, and then my boss, Ni Ama Ashiti. He's the leader of the United Gadangme Caucus. You know, there is a caucus that is seeking to unite all the Gadangmes across the length and breadth of the country. It is not a political movement. He believes that the Gans, we are not united, and for that matter, it has come to a time that we need to come together as a state so that we can contribute our quota towards national development. But people may view it as a political movement because, you know, we live in a country where we are all politically affiliated or inclined in one way or the other. So wherever you see many Ghanaians, definitely politics will also play a game over there. I greet him, and then I also want to extend my greetings to my MC and my MP and my constituency executives who are running the party at the constituency level so well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Okayan, and thank you to our lovely listeners, our audience, for doing the listening with us. This is where we draw the curtains. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.